Yo, 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 what's going on? Join the stream as well. What's up, Alexis? What's up, Andreas? What's up, Dividend? What's up, Dr. J? Good to see you all. He said morning. I didn't even realize it, honestly. To be fair, we type that so much in here. I think that's why some people type it. It's clearly not morning, but normally when we talk to ourselves. Before we start just looking at stuff, does anybody want to go over Spy? Did anyone struggle on direction on Spy? Because in my honest opinion, today was really easy to see. Maybe not the size of the drop. I'm not saying you should have caught 598 to 595 unless you're just a moron. No, I'm talking about initial bearishness. Did anyone become bearish early on in the morning? Before lunchtime, did anyone feel bearish? Intraday wise. I'm not talking about daily time frame. I'm not talking about the 4 hour. We're looking at the 5 minute right now. Dear God. Aloha SF. Good to see you. I have a new baby all time. Wait, what? I have new baby all time morphing together. Am I reading that wrong? Good day. If I didn't do calls off of Dell, gotta be more patient. I turned bearish at 10 after the lower high and lower low. Good. I'm just wanting to make sure everybody in here was bearish before lunchtime. And if anybody wants to ask why, or doesn't understand why, this is the place to ask. Right here, right now. Because we lost 3 levels within the same 20 minutes. Within the same 10, 20, 30 minutes, we lost previous day control point, that's that orange line. Previous day close, that's the white line right under it. And right under that white line, there's today's open. So 3 very important barriers were broken all within 30 minutes of each other. And that's why I say before lunchtime. Because this all happened before 10. But I'm just trying to make sure that everybody in here understood the direction. Everybody had a sense of direction before it happened. If anybody didn't, this is the place to ask. This is the time to say, hey, help me out. I want to be just like Kevo next time. Or I want to be just like Ryan next time. Or I want to be just like Doctor next time. Or whoever did great today. I saw a bunch of you killed today. Does anybody have any questions about direction today? Because I saw a pretty good number of you do fine. These are the days a lot of you guys kind of aim for too. I know a lot of you guys love big moves, but they don't just happen every day. And you don't get the cleanest breaks on our favorite levels all the time. And also, if you think about this at a deeper level, sometimes our favorite levels are very obvious, and sometimes other people might also be looking at them. Let's say today's open was down here, right? It was breaking. Everybody's going to see that. Everybody's going to see that today's open is breaking all these levels, you know? That'd be very obvious, right? What's not so obvious? Us opening up here and then breaking down, right? In here, it looks like it's inside of the previous day still. But what do all of us know as a PB trader? That today's open's breaking, control point's breaking, previous day close breaking. So we have 3 things screaming at us, hey, dumbass, it's going down, get into shorts. Or at least understand that it's going down. You don't have to, you know, have action on every single thing you see. That was the big focus today. We're just 3 levels. Honestly, everything else just to target. And there really isn't anything here that is screaming, hey, buyers are coming back. This one candle did pop up at a good spot too, a very beautiful spot. But what followed up after that? A new low, a lower high. So nothing really to follow up with it. It's a good start. Could have started something, but it didn't. So I'm just making sure before we move on that everybody in Discord and YouTube stream understands that this was bearish pretty early on in the day. Before this big drop. Like, this big drop didn't just happen. There were good signals that popped up at good levels, and they weren't obvious. These are always going to be a couple things that line up that are all going to be on your best days when the levels aren't so obvious. Can I get some thumbs up or some emojis or some yes I understands? Because I'm not understanding who doesn't and who understands. Come on, guys. You guys are gonna be in the stream. You gotta react. You gotta interact. You gotta reply. I'm not here to carry you. Holy fumble. Let's see what Gorov did. Oh god, I hate looking back at those. That's the worst feeling ever when you look back and your contract's like $1,000. Kevo knows what I'm talking about because he sells around 2,000 on all of his contracts. Lag, I just saw what you sent. I just want to make sure everybody understands because this has got to be the easiest thing I've ever seen. And I know a lot of you guys beg for these kinds of days, and it looks like y'all took advantage because I checked one of my little group chats, there was almost 300 messages in it. I checked Trade Floor, there was almost 300 messages in it. So I'm assuming you guys were very active and excited about today. I just want to see who all destroyed it. I've been looking at the review channel. The mental aspect is what's killing me. You're overthinking, bro. What the hell does mental aspect even mean? What does mental aspect even mean, lag to death? You are overthinking, my friend. Anytime someone says the mental aspect is what's killing me, you just gotta understand you are overthinking. There is a system to things. And lag to death, I'm not getting onto you, I'm just very passionate. But lag to death, and anybody else who's in lag to death seat, stop overthinking. There is a process to everything. If you are clicking things or doing something or adding a level, that means there is a reason to do it. If you are doing it and there is no reason to do it, you are just adding random crap. You're adding randomness to your chart. You are overthinking. You're thinking about something that doesn't exist. Let's stop fighting these ghosts, guys. There's no ghosts out here. There's you and the reasoning on your chart. That is it. Be a computer. Work towards being a computer. It's not easy. We are human. We are going to be emotional. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to do things that even give us better outcomes sometimes. It's not always bad. Sometimes we make ourselves luckier. But let's not think about that. Let's not think about all this crap that we can't control. I can't control your mental aspect. But you know what we can control? What we have on our chart. What we try to trade off of. So if you look at this and you're like, oh, well, I saw it break down, but my mental aspect was killing me and I just couldn't get into this. Okay, well, find a reason to like this breaking the support. Don't just be like, oh, big red candle. What else happened after that? Use your context. Allow your context, things that pop up on your chart beforehand, during, after. Use these to help you. Use these to have confidence. You shouldn't have confidence from nowhere. You shouldn't ever have intuitive confidence where you're just like, oh, I just feel like SPY's going to have a down 0.6% day today. I just feel it. It's in my bones. No, you're never going to do that. You're going to wait for certain levels to break. Understand the importance behind those levels to break. And until you do, you shouldn't be trading anybody, not just lag to death. I'm talking to everybody in here. If you are in here actively trading, but you don't understand the importance behind previous day control point, previous day close, previous day open, you don't understand that, that's an issue. You need to review more. You need to understand those are very important. And when you see those break, yes, it is actionable. You can trade off of that. Use your context, guys. I go over this stuff every single stream. You know why? Because that's what keeps giving me confidence. So you should be doing the same thing. Every single day. It's not a, let me do it one day, let me do it another day, I'll skip this day. No, every single day you're looking at something. Have a reason for why you think it's going up because of a certain level, or you think it's going down because of a certain breakdown of a support, or find reasoning. Don't just make up shit. Don't just say, oh, well, it moved too fast. What the fuck does that even mean? That doesn't help me with anything. It's too fast. What? So again, guys, find reasoning and have something to bite off of. You know what I mean? Have something concrete. You shouldn't, like I said, just be randomly doing things. You should have a strategy. Kevo in the stream chat said, preach to the finding reasoning, and if it fails, study why. Exactly. You should be going over everything. And it shouldn't be about, like, right versus wrong. It should be, did this trade work out? No? Okay, well, let me see why it didn't. Oh, okay, it just broke my support, whatever. That's just a good loss, whatever. It was a good entry. Then you're going to have some others where you're looking back at it and you're like, wow, what the hell was my entry? What the hell was I doing? And then your exit's even uglier, and you're just really embarrassed with yourself. And good, you should be. Because you should understand the difference between a good and a bad trade. You should feel that. That's the intuition you should be using. That feeling. You shouldn't be using that to get in and out of trades. But you'll hear that voice inside of you if you know your system. If you don't know your strategy, your intuitive voice is just a drunk homeless guy. But if you have a system, if you have a strategy, if you've been working your ass off, you actually understand how you're trying to trade, get in and out of things. You understand your strategy, in and out, as much as you possibly can. That intuitive voice is basically Jesus Christ, the second coming, because he's able to tell you, hey, yeah, this is a good signal you're getting. Yeah, this is great. But because he's giving you good awareness, good contextual awareness, right? Whereas the homeless version of you is literally just jumping into trades randomly, hoping for the best. Your intuitive voice knows nothing because he doesn't have any background knowledge of anything you're trying to do. What a weird way to put that, but that's the first time I've said that. But that's honestly how you got to treat it. Alright, moving on from SPY, because I think we all have the gist of what the hell happened today on SPY. The Amazon Inside Bar did not continue on. The game plan on this was to see more rejections of 207, 207.19, or just a new low. One of those did happen, no new low, so that was a good loss right there for anybody who was focused on Amazon. I saw somebody in chat, I think it was Mikey, he posted that he took profits on his BA trade. Good job. He took an inside bar. This broke outside of the first candle. The low of that day also hit the second. We didn't really get a break, but it did break the first. So it was a somewhat of an entry. I wouldn't say it's the strongest, but I like it. And then today he was blessed with a very nice down day. Ended up hitting the outside of the very first candle we're stuck inside of. So it's like we're back to square one. But good job, Mikey. I'm happy to see you taking a real setup. That was beautiful. Also, I wanted to back test because I saw the drop, but I didn't see what kind of retest hit. And it was a midterm retest for the most part. It's like a single candle midterm retest. Meta. And yeah, Meta also, we were looking to see, does this hold or does this break? What's going on here? And they are still stuck between these two areas. Yeah, those are all the inside bar setups. And yeah, we can go over AMD. Which AMD I did have charted, luckily enough, so you're lucky. I don't always have it charted. Where the hell? Oh, okay. Okay, so if I would have had this charted correctly, I'd have previous day low demand, which again, top of the red candle to the bottom of that last red candle before the reversal up. It's pretty easy. Supply would have been about right here, actually. Which you could have drawn that a couple different ways, but this would have been the passive way to draw it. So that would have been your overall, area of what I'm watching on AMD before today's open. Here's today's open. No signal. No signal. No signal. But what do we have, everybody? We don't have a break of this support, but what's sitting here? Let me just zoom in on today's price action. What do we have here on the screen? Can anybody tell me the trend? Again, and you wouldn't have this unless you waited 20, 30 minutes, maybe sometimes an hour, sometimes more. Lower highs, exactly. We have lower highs. Here's today's open. We broke under a couple levels after moving under, and all we've had since then are lower highs. So just gathering our context, like a book. When you're reading left to right on a book, we're just doing the same thing, just getting context. Also, do you guys see how I'm reviewing? I'm not going over things in an unrealistic way. This is how you would have your chart before today started. That's how you should have it right now. I wouldn't go back onto this chart and be like, oh, well, I saw a green candle pop up here, so I'm going to add this support. What? No, you wouldn't know to do that. That's not realistic. Sorry, we're not doing that. So make sure you are also reviewing in a realistic way. But it looks like ever since the breakdown at just before 10 o'clock, or right before that 10 o'clock mark, which also happened on SPY and most of the market, you got a breakdown of 144.90, which, if I backtest, what even is that level? It looks like the low of previous day. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the low of previous day. I don't know why I zoomed out. It's right there. Single candle retest, nothing crazy there. You got a little bit of a midterm retest. I know I can see that because if you go from where the level broke to that buyer candle, this candle rejects the fib point. This is a single candle retest because it retested the level in one candle and then moved away. Some of you know this is a 3-bar play. Other variations of this is a 4-bar play. Very, very popular. You can see they actually did it a couple times before dumping down again. And then if you go from here to here, another midterm retest, lower high of the midterm retest. So that's beautiful. Honestly, the whole way down, ever since they broke the previous day low, this was calculated. This was a calculated drop. Let me know, dividend, if that's what you were looking for or if there was anything else. Yeah, if you're homeless, that's a good way to put it, bro. He said, if your homeless voice is too loud, reduce your size. Yeah, people don't like it when I tell them to start with one contract. They're like, well, no, I want to have two so I can practice scaling out. What the fuck? Since when did you earn the right to have two contracts? You just started trading. You don't get to do that. I'm sorry. You can let your attitude lead your trading, but if you want to let, logic lead your trading, you should just use one contract. And honestly, before that, you shouldn't even be using one contract. You should just be mental trading. Notice how I didn't say paper. I said mental trading. You wanna actually practice without risking money? Write down the contracts that are actually being traded. Don't do paper trading. If you practice paper options trading, I don't care about the charts. You can practice the charts all you want. It's the options that I care about. The options are so off and are so wrong, it's not realistic. So when you jump into real trading, you're going to be like, whoa, something's off. I'm not getting the fills I normally get. Yeah, no shit. So do not practice the paper options chains. Unless you're just trying to figure out like how you go through a chain. That's fine. Going through the, the basics of it, that's great. I think that it is great for that one reason. Just kind of understanding, okay, calls are on this side, puts are on this side. This is how I'd go up or down. This is the pricing. Okay, this is where this is. Yeah, that's fine. But actually going through trying to trade it, horrible. If you want to practice actual trades, just write down the contracts. Write them down. Go into your notes app. Type down how much was it when you entered. Okay, well, if you do a percentage stop loss, what's that? Okay, if you have a level stop loss and it gets down to that point, mark that. Whatever you're trying to do. But the overall focus should be not how much am I up or down in my trades. It should be how many signs how many confirmations can I get before I'm in my trade? And then when those go wrong, that's when I'm out of my trade. It's that simple. So it's really just about how well do you know your system? How well do you know your strategy? It seems like the people who know it better have a better advantage. Sorry, I'm just moving my zones over. They're kind of annoying me. Who asked about this ticker, by the way? Whoever did, let me know if that was all you needed. I thought it was dividend, but whoever it was. Oh, was he? Okay, good. And it's funny, like, if you go to Trade Floor right now, everybody wants to get really rich and shit. If you go look at Kevo right now on Trade Floor, he's the guy who's making the biggest bags today. He goes into chat and types, just a reminder, if you are consistently working or making towards 15 to 20% on trades, you are winning. It's not about catching $1,000 on each trade. He said, I build my capital little by little. It takes time. Just stay focused. And this is a guy making those fancy gains a lot of you guys are striving for. Listen. He's trying to give honest feedback. Listen to that man. And there's a few people in chat like that are doing really well and are not getting ahead of themselves. Hayes is another one. I see he's doing really well. He's not getting ahead of himself. He's still going into post charts channel and finding the next one. He's not really caring about what he's done. He's already focused on what he's doing next. Because he doesn't want to get pushed out of that zone of being super, super focused. Yeah, it's nice to make money. It's nice to be validated. But it's also nice to understand what you're doing next. It's nice to have a sense of direction. You guys have been in my community. That's one of the first things I think we ever taught in here. Was just it's nice to have a sense of direction. Most people fail. You know why? It's because they don't have a strategy. They actually understand. They don't have rules. They don't have parameters. They don't have conditions to do certain things. This is the stock market, for Pete's sake. If you don't have a condition to do every little thing, you're not doing everything you can to be better. Don't be like that person that's like, oh, I lost my account because I just didn't have stop losses or I just wasn't paying attention. It's like, okay. Like, you didn't even give yourself a chance. By the way, I was looking through every single chart end of day yesterday, and there were so many of these where I was like, yeah, I'd maybe grab put, but it would just be so early. So a lot of the best trades for these drops haven't been swing trades. They really were the day trades today. Because some of these charts had higher opens, flat opens, and that kind of already decays you as a swing. But I know for a fact all those day traders who just waited definitely had a nice opportunity without having to sit there and sweat. Yeah, Tesla, like this one, like we could have sat here and been like, oh, well, we're bearish, we think it's overbought. Like this could have just as easily gotten a higher open and continued. So I never like look back at these patterns and be like, oh, I would have definitely shorted that. That again, coming back to that being realistic while you review kind of thing. You should be realistic. Let's be honest. Would you start shorting this? Everybody in here? No, probably not. You wouldn't. That's not realistic. You would never do that. Your worse half might try that. Just remember, you're looking for that initial sign, you're looking for follow-up confirmations, and then your intuition should be screaming at you. Those are the steps. He said my homeless voice would. Fair enough. That was a good kind of example, though. I've never done that example, but that's honestly how you gotta treat it. The version of you that the version of your intuition that has no practice, no planning beforehand. Maybe you didn't give yourself more time from the last trade, whatever the reason may be. Like your intuition's a homeless guy. Right, and when you're super ready, you're super focused, you're actually prepared the chart correctly, you actually understand what's going on, you've taken months of time to actually review this stuff and understand what you need to be looking for, you actually understand what you're looking at, your intuition is, like I said, maybe we shouldn't call him the second coming of Jesus Christ, let's just call him like someone really smart. But that's what I meant though, like your intuition is everything. But it's a really good, meter to kind of tell where you're at. And if your intuition's just telling you random shit, you don't understand what's in front of you, or you don't understand what you're trying to do. And that's fine. You might feel lost, but at least you're not sitting there lying to yourself. There's a lot worse. Good replies, by the way, all of you. I saw a lot of you reply. Thank you. Is that platform you're using TOS right there? Are you asking me or Kevo? Me, yes. I am using Thinkorswim. Good to see you again, by the way, Lag to Death. That shows that you actually give a shit. You actually showed up again. You didn't just go shy and go quiet. That's good. You put yourself out there. I'm proud of you. You're stubborn. A lot of us are. But honestly, stubborn people make the best traders. You just gotta get over those certain barriers. Stubborn people end up being some of the best traders, though. Because they're stubborn in their ways. They just don't budge. They don't get off of their rules, and that's fine. It's once you get onto the right rule-based system, though, that's when you'll be undefeated. Stubborn people are the best. I love stubborn people. Once you get past that hard shell, they're the greatest asset you've ever met in your life. Almost every stubborn person is very useful. I say almost every person. Yeah, like an alcoholic. Except they're alcoholics. The stubborn person could just be some dude who likes water. Every alcoholic's an alcoholic. I got what you meant there. Yeah, once you get past that hard shell, that soft candy on the inside is the best. Noob question. There's no such thing as a noob question, Will. I never want to see that again. I'll let you know if it's a noob question. When doing TA routine on the daily, would you go back 2, 3, 4 years to mark daily emerging, or take daily emerging from a closer period? Hope that makes sense. No, that makes perfect sense, Will. It's a great question. And it's a funny segue into some of the things me and Daffy have been explaining to a lot of people. It, again, kind of just comes back to be consistent. Me, personally, I always love going back as far as I can and drawing emerging candles. But you have people like Daffy in chat who like to add the recent emerging candles, and we've back tested both, and they are both very consistent. A lot of the time you end up with some of the same exact levels, almost to the exact same scent. There's been times where he's done it and I've done it, and we've been within 10 cents of each other on most levels. So when you post, when you chart, when you go through your routine, Will, make sure you are consistent through your means. So every single time you do something, do it the same way. If for the next 3 months you want to tackle doing just recent price action, that's great. Go ahead, do it. One of my good friends, Daffy in chat, does it. Why would that, it wouldn't be bad at all. Or you could be an old stubborn sumbitch like me, and you could just keep drawing the farther ones. It's really personal preference on that one. Andrew, that is true, yes. If you were to ask a noob question, I would rip you a new one, because I hold you to different expectations. I hold you, I hold Garden, I hold Carter, I hold Eric, I hold Leland, I hold a few people in chat. I hold all these people a lot higher than some of the people in chat, like Lag to Death, or Will, or someone else in here. I'm not going to jump onto them, you know why? Because they're still working to get to the point that you're at. You're already there, though, so you shouldn't be even thinking about that kind of shit. We're already past that point. We know how to read our strategy. Now it's about going through the reps, understanding the pacing between it, the little deeper the theory more than anything. You're learning theory right now more than anything. When do I not do this? When do I do that? When do I want to do this? It's just like kind of getting into the routine. But yes, I would definitely rip you a new one if you did. So he said, so hold up. I paper trade options on Webull. You don't want me to do that. Well, Webull's different. Webull's chain's actually like half accurate sometimes. But just remember, Andrew, the only thing I care about is that you don't take away the whole, oh my god, 100% on my swing, I'm doing so good. Like, please take the result of how the chart worked more than the result of your gain or loss worked on your options contract when you're paper trading on any platform. That's what I care about more. You should only care about certain parts of the process. You shouldn't care about every little thing. You should only care about what's on my screen. What is it, for one? Like, do I understand what's on my screen? It shouldn't be there if I don't understand it. And then 3, what do I do from those areas? Where am I making? What are the conditions that put me into trades? Find those, understand them, trust them, work with them over time, be confident. Don't get cocky, don't be ignorant, don't be egotistical. Focus on the things that matter. So, do I hate paper trading options? No, I mean, you can do whatever you want. I just don't think it's that important. I don't think you're going to get much from it as much as you would as if you were focused on something else. But it's all personal preference at the end of the day. Some people arrive at the same goal different ways. So you're not going to see me be like, no, Andrew, you must do this. You know, I'm not going to be Vladimir Putin over here. If you don't do what I say, I'm not going to lock you in a stone cell, leave you to rot. Why would I do that? But some people do it too, like Gorov just put it. I like this as well. This is another positive thing to say about anybody who does this. But he said, paper trading on Webull for me is to avoid over trading. If I see a setup work or not, I'm not about the gain, to be honest. He's just trying to do it so he's not putting himself in a seat where he might make the wrong choice. Maybe right now Gorov's been with his system long enough, but not long enough to be 100% disciplined. I like that, Gorov. And that's the kind of stuff you got to do. Keep yourself in the right lane, whatever the cost. Whether it's you staying up an extra hour to practice things, whether it's you doing paper trading so you don't overtrade, you know, whatever length you have to go. Whatever keeps you in the I'm making the better decision seat. Keep yourself in that seat. We don't want to be a homeless guy. We want to be that other scenario, which we still haven't gotten a good name for. Be back end of day. Thank you for streaming, going over things. You too, Kevo. Thank you for being here, dude. And that's another thing, like, there are so many people in chat that will lead you the right way. All you gotta do is interact and engage. There are so many people in trade floor that want to see you win and that want to win, but not without losing themselves. They don't want to win and it not make sense, right? I don't want to make $10,000 and I not even understand a single second on how I got there, right? That's how everyone is in chat. Everyone wants to earn their way. That's how you should want to be. You should want to earn your way. There's a lot of people like that that will lead you the right direction. So even if you feel like you don't know what's going on an intraday chart, check trade floor. I almost promise you someone saying, hey, I'm in puts or I'm in calls or I think it's going to do this thing, it's going to do that based on this, right? They're going to give you an actual reason to be bearish or bullish. So even if you're just reviewing, it's nice. It's just nice to have that backup support system of like, hey, there's somebody in here that knows that mostly knows what he's talking about. No one in here 100% knows what they're talking about. No one in the world knows that. But I'm just glad you guys were all clear on this. I didn't want to start streaming and there'd be like 5 of you being like, I don't understand why we were down today. I would actually be... I'd be a little furious. Because in my opinion, today was the obvious day that a lot of you guys like to look for. It's obvious to us based on how we trade. It's not obvious to every person in the market. Not everybody's using... Nope, not everybody in the market sees current day open or previous day control point or previous day close or lower high. They don't see this stuff as you and I do. They don't trust it as much as you and I do. They don't back test off it. They don't have as much confidence off of it because they don't use it like you and me do. You and I know the importance. You and I back test this all the time. So whenever you guys see this stuff, also kind of keep that other outside voice out of your head. Not everybody sees this. Now, if we're at an all-time high and we're breaking up, everybody sees that at the new high. Everybody sees that. So that's something to think about. But again, this is like, there's like levels to this shit. There's people who are just now getting in here and getting started. They're just trying to get more confident with how they draw the levels, where they draw them from, all that stuff. And then there's like the next level. And this is what I say, like people like Andrew are at, where I hold them to a higher standard. And why I get so angry at people when they ask stupid questions, if they're at that standard, is because you should be beyond that. You should understand everything on your screen. When you get to that next level, that's where you're really just understanding theory. You know, if this does this, what does it normally do? It does that. Okay. So then you understand the different probabilities of certain things. Also, the phases of the day. That's like another theory thing, right? If you cut the day up between open to lunchtime, lunchtime to 1 o'clock, and then 1 o'clock to power hour, you have 3 different phases of the day, right? And let's say 2 out of the 3 of them, price just stuck between a 20-cent range. That would never happen, but let's just say it was very weird that day. 20-cent range, right? It's not moving too much. It's no movement. What should we expect that third final phase of the day? Should we expect more movement or less movement out of that day, out of that part of the day, than the other two? More. Because the other two just experience basically nothing. Right? So it's pretty high probability that we get more movement in the last 2 hours of the day. That's how it is every single day. And that's just one of the few things that can help you keep going right. And it's just, there's so many things to think about. And that's why I say it takes time to get to that point of not just being able to chart, but understand what's on your chart is a lot. Oh, midterm retest. Oh, single can retest. Oh, we got a 40% here. Oh, a liquidated entry happened right here. Blah, blah, blah. It's a lot to look at. It's a lot to think about. You got to piece it together very slowly. And if you don't, then you'll feel like you're missing a couple steps or like you never learned something, and then you just feel lost. You just feel shitty. That's one of the worst feelings ever. It's not losing a trade. It's when you're down and you don't understand. You're just lost. That's what I say. You feel lost and confused, and that is the worst feeling in trading. It's not losing trades. It's not understanding how you lost. That's the worst. That's the true worst feeling. Now you're good, Andrew. Take your time. I used you as an example about 5 times, but it was all in good faith. What's up, Mel? Good to see you, man. And welcome everybody in the Discord chat as well. Sorry if I didn't say hi already. A lot of talking at the beginning of the stream, but I really wanted to make sure everybody was on the right page. And it looks like most of you are. And sometimes, too, you guys will see it in chat. Maybe you could pick up on it, too. But sometimes when you see certain people ask certain questions, you can kind of pick up on where they are in their journey. Like when Will said, the emergent kind of like where to draw them. When he asked that, that now tells me that Will has at least tested both of them, and he's been trying to see which one's better. So now he's just trying to verify which one is better. There isn't no better, it's just preference. But that tells me Will's trying. That's a great sign. When someone says, you know, just basic stuff, that tells me they really haven't tried much. They need more time. And that's got to be up to them. They have to make that choice of looking through more stuff, either watching a video or reviewing on a chart, or whatever them learning is, you know, whatever that is, because we got 50 different methods for that. You know, do it. I learned a lot in trading and started trading in the morning and quit before 11 a.m. Then I go on with my day. There's nothing wrong with that. I got my cookie cake yesterday because my entire family will not be around me on my birthday. All of them somehow will not be here. I don't even know how that's possible. But cookie cake, if you guys have ever had Great American Cookie Co., oh my god. It's not the same as a cookie cake from just, you know, Walmart or Kroger or whatever the hell you get them from. You get a cookie cake from this place, it's amazing. And yes, half of it is already gone. I wish I could send you all some, because it's pretty freaking good. Dividend, if I check this chart, and I don't understand what you're asking, I'm going to be very pissed. Alright, no, my B-Day is on Friday. My B-Day is on Friday. But the reason I got the cake early is because none of them are going to be here. Stop, Faith. Okay, so what am I looking at here on the 15-minute? You said lead test on the 15-minute question mark. Scorpio season. Am I a Scorpio? Is that what I am? I have no idea. Now, why would you draw it high of day to low of day? Let's get that out of the way first. First off, that's wrong, but the beginning of your fib is right. Will I stream on my B-Day? Yes, we're having a full day stream on my birthday. Open to close on Friday. I have nobody to hang out with on my own birthday, so I will be here. Thank you, Alexis. Where you at, Dividend? Where's he at? Yep, you got the break of structure, correct. Now, why did I say the bottom of your fib is wrong? You said to low of day, right? So this is your fib. You're drawing it from here to here. This is a perfect question, Dividend. Please do not hesitate right now. I'm not going to get onto you. But this is a perfect thing to go over because I just covered something very similar to this when we talked about doing things realistically and unrealistically. So this perfectly fits under what I wanted to talk about. So you're in a safe zone right now. I just want you to know that. But why is this wrong? Why would it be wrong to grab a fib from the high to low of day? Why would this be so wrong? The beginning of your fib is correct. Drawing it where you drew it from, perfect. It's fine. The reason you drew it, perfect. Fine. Makes sense. But why is the bottom of your fib wrong? And this is a really good thing to go over because this is something that only people who actually look at this stuff is going to get wrong. It's okay. It's okay to not know. It's totally fine. The reason this is wrong, based on how you should be drawing lead test fibs, is because this is not where price stopped. Price didn't stop right here. Price stopped twice. Price stopped here and here. It was only for one candle, but it did stop. So it's not realistic to draw from here to here. Also, it's not a lead. You're thinking about it all wrong. You don't just get a random break of structure and then you can have a lead test anywhere you want. Right? The lead test has to occur from the break of structure. Once this buyer showed up, this alleviated every bit of structure you were looking at. So you have to go to the low of the first buyer candle because that's where the first slowdown actually occurred. This would be where you would be looking for your lead test. Based off this move. Not this move. This move. Right? So this is what we're focused on. Did it do that? No, it didn't. It just kept selling off. Okay, so no example there. But this would be the move of the lead test you're looking for in that 15 minute. Then what happened again? Let's remove all that so it's easier to see. They broke structure again. What happened here? They broke the low. They broke, I think this is the 2 day ago previous day high. And they broke whatever next level is right here. Okay, so you kind of have one here to here. Didn't really give you much, and that's also not really helpful because they ended up breaking more structure right here. Okay, great. Then you have one here. So you see how I sectioned off 3 different potential break of structures? You had one here to here, one here to here, one here to here. You don't get to combine this one to this one. That's not how that works. If you're drawing it like that, that's not a lead test. You're just getting information. Because remember, every fib is information. There's no such thing as a wrong fib. Let's get that straight too. But if you're gonna draw it based on how we draw it for the lead test, that would be wrong. So just understand why I'm saying what's wrong and what isn't. So is this fib completely stupid? No. There's information behind this. Right now you're going from high of day to low of day, and you're just trying to see where's price. Oh, okay, it's back to the halfway point. Okay, things should balance out now. That's how that looks, right? So it's the same thinking, but that's not how we like to look at that. It's not what I would call a lead test. That's not the same exact thing. It's a little bit different. That's the only thing. But I'm glad you asked that and we went over this, because this is a little deeper than just, you know, your basic stuff. Also, I don't use the 15-minute too much. I'm really big on drawing on the 5-minute and then going down to the 1 minute to trade it. I hope you also have your own system. You said you like to go to the 15-minute to draw it. I hope you zoom down from this. I hope you're not just trading on the 15-minute. I hope you draw it on this and then you go down to whatever time frame you like. Because that's going to be a better breakdown. You're going to get a more inside view of what you're trying to do. So I'm not saying copy my exact method, but you could do whatever you want. Just make sure you are going down time frames and you're actually trying to trade it. But you can draw whatever on any time frame. Just understand that. Those were like 3 sectioned off, like different areas. But I'm glad you asked that, because it's a little deeper conversation than our usual is pre-market high bullish conversation, you know? So I like questions like that. It's very interesting. We can go over certain things that we wouldn't otherwise think about. And you got to remember too, like, you're not going to go over that. You're not going to think about these certain things outside of a trade. A lot of the time, some of these questions stem from when you actually take a trade. And then you're like, oh shit, I didn't even think about this or that. I didn't think about that at all. Let me start thinking about that one. Have a condition for what I can do if that happens or doesn't happen. You know, try to make a consistency out of it. Exactly. His question is helping others. Like, it's still a great question. On your 15-minute, I just showed you. I'll show you again. So on how you're looking at it, it'd be from high to the low of the first buyer candle. High to the low of the first buyer candle. High to the low of the first... Which actually... Holy crap, what's going on here? I think I hit Control Z too many times. It'd actually be from the high of that. Yeah, just under 597. So what is that telling us then? From the latest drop, this retook the latest drop. That's all that's telling you. The reason I'm telling you this is because if you draw a fib like this, yes, that's information, but I can't tell you how to trade off of that. I haven't backtested that. That's not how a lead test works. I don't know how that works. This is just telling me that it retook the 50% of the overall day so far. That's very, very short-term information. Not much that I can do with that. And then it's even funnier too, because like, let's say you start doing something like this. That's great. That's fine. Just make sure you come up with the system. And that's what the lead test is. That's what the Bueller buy system is. That's what TA routine is. Like, these are all back tested. These work. But you can't just do them any way you want. And if you want to do other things, that's fine. But make sure you find a consistency to it. So you know how to play off of it. Oh, if it does that, I do this. Oh, if it does this, I do that. Be conditional. And I'm sorry, but this is very apparent in all of Leland's videos. I really hope a lot of you guys are not just hearing me say, please check out our videos, and you're hearing some random jackass ask you to give me views. I don't care about views. I don't make money from your views on my channel. I make money from the memberships, not your fucking views. So go watch the videos, guys, because there's plenty of you who are asking me questions that are good questions, but are not just covered in a video. But me and Leland have taken effort to make even smaller videos, because I know everybody's attention span is just out of this world these days. Please watch these videos, like right here. In less than 3 minutes, he goes over everything you need with fibs using a gap. It's crazy, and we have all kinds of videos like that. We go over what to actually do inside of the trade. Oh, you don't know the 3 types of retest? Guess what? I had a fucking 50-minute seminar on someone else's stream that I made a slideshow for. And I don't just go over random crap. I go over why I go over this crap. And then I go over why again. And I cover it again and again and again and again and again and again. And I explain it 10 different ways. Because I know people hear things 10 different ways. What Timmy hears this way, Sally might not understand. What Sally hears this way, Timmy might not understand. I don't know actually a Sammy or Tally. But yeah, just like there's so many. We don't just make these videos for like money. Like I don't get anything from these. I make these because I get tired of people asking certain things. Like it amazes me how many people still have not watched this video. Why does this video have 18 likes and less than 200 views? I don't care about the views. I don't care about the likes. But it's telling me that only 18 of you have actually clicked on this and watched this. That's crazy. It's less than 7 minutes. And it's one of the most important things in our system. It's a theory that people don't think about. It's a thing people don't think about. I'm breaking up the day into 3 phases because I want to make it easier for you. I think that's why I get so like passionate when I answer some of you, because like all of this is covered. It's not like when I'm talking about it in stream, it's the first time it's ever been talked about. If I'm talking about it in stream, it's probably the 1000th time it's been talked about. So I'm serious. Like, please take time to go through some of our videos. Like, it's crazy to me how hard me and Leland work on some of this stuff. And some of you just treat it like it's nothing. Do you think I give a shit if you're going up or down in your fucking chart? I don't care. It'd be nice to see a lot more of you do great. But is it going to totally end my world if you do bad? No. I get to keep moving on. Doesn't affect me none. It's just the brutal, honest truth. Like, you should start caring about this shit more. Be passionate. If you don't get pissed off when you lose and you want to instantly understand why, we have an issue. Now, maybe not get pissed off and you're throwing chairs at your wall or anything. I don't mean it like that. I just mean like you should passionately be like, what the fuck? You know, when you lose a trade, you should be like, what the hell? What did I do wrong? And maybe it's not something you did wrong. Maybe it was just a losing trade. That's the thing you need to go figure out, so you're not sitting there still questioning if you were the one who did it wrong or not. Like, seriously, if you're not passionate about this shit, I can't talk to you. You gotta be hungry. But, like, there's so many conversations in our DMs y'all have never seen, like, where me and Leland are just getting frustrated because somebody's asking, like, a super basic thing. And then guess what? Instead of taking that frustration out on that person, we go and we make a video. We go and make a PDF. We go and we make something part of the course to make it easier to understand that concept. We like to make our jokes, but we're very serious about that. Most of me and Leland's conversations are literally just about you guys. We're just trying to help ease the route a little better. Because again, what have we talked about in the past? It's so easy to get started into trading. But it's so hard to actually get started into trading. Most people just see strategies online, they follow that. Some people don't even get that far. Some people just keep randomly trading. But it is important that you have a path ahead of you, that you understand, oh, okay, this is how I chart it every time. Let's say I deleted my chart, right? I can't even find the button. Most people would freak out because they don't have a consistent system to get all of this back on their screen. If you don't, that's a problem. If you do, you're in the right you're in the right spot. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Be consistent in your methods. Don't just be consistent in your results. Of course, you want to win every time. Duh, all of us do. We want to win more than we lose. That's pretty natural. But what doesn't come so natural? Having that path, having that routine, having that consistent routine to go through every single day, week, month, year, whatever it is. That is important. That is why the strategy exists. It isn't because I thought it up one day and I'm like, damn, this is the best strategy I've ever seen. I'm so smarter than everybody. Like, no. You know why I found out a strategy on my own? Because I wanted consistency. It was nice being able to just kind of sit in the same spot for a while and learn instead of up, down, 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 up, 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 up. You know, it's nice to not be moving around so much. It's nice to have that path. But I hope that makes sense to everybody, because that's really what will help you the most, is being able to sustain yourself is again, that path. The routine of consistency, just doing the same thing over and over again. Sometimes that is better. If you're sitting here learning a different strategy or moving around chats, if you're following a different Twitter, Instagram, Discord every other week, every other month, That is a problem. You're not giving yourself a chance. And I don't care if you take your chance with me, or you take your chance with someone else. But please, by God, if you're going to keep trading, give yourself a chance. You have no chance in trading if you're just constantly shifting around strategies, or who you follow, or who you trust, the information you trust, the confidence you put into people, the confidence you put into certain strategies or charts, or the ways you look at things. Find your way. Stick with it. Stop moving around so much. Be sure to drop a like on the YouTube stream. I have pretty much just been ranting for 58 minutes straight. But it's been in good faith. A lot of good questions. I've been seeing a lot of good posts in chat. All kinds of cool stuff. I gotta get better at drawing my fibs. How long have you been in this Discord call, Wall Street Alley? Like, did you hear any of my consistent routine talk? I just didn't see when you joined. I just needed reference. I don't want to be like, bro, just go back and watch the VOD. I hate when people tell me that. Why am I going to tell someone else that? Like 8 minutes ago? Okay, fair enough. So you didn't hear everything I was going over, but that was definitely part of it, was just being consistent in your ways. Understanding how the method works and doing it over and over and over again. Therefore, it's concrete forever. You should be able to go through a car crash, experience amnesia, and still understand how to draw that fib correctly, or how to chart TA routine. You should understand all of that still. Unless your brain was just swiped from you, you should still remember all of this. That's how concrete the information should be. I should wake you up in your sleep, and you wake up freaking out saying, emerging candles, emerging candles. You know, you should understand this stuff before attempting it, before jumping into trades. And I'm not just talking to Ali. I'm not just talking to Lag Death. I'm not just talking to Carter, Garden, Joy. I'm talking to everybody in here. With any little thing you guys do, you need to be going over it all the time. You need to be consistently reviewing it over and over again. Does it work? Does it not work? When does it work? When does it not work? So you can trust it more. So you can act on it more. Because it kind of sucks. Doesn't hesitation suck? I would say hesitation is one of the worst feelings in trading. When you feel like you're about to make the good move and then you just stop because you think it's the wrong one. Or vice versa sometimes. The opposite can happen. But like I said, me and Leland have made videos, PDFs, breakdowns. I stream every week. We go over this stuff all the time. You guys just gotta be here, you gotta ask questions, and you gotta review the content. It's not really fair on me or Leland if you come in here and you ask basic ass questions, and you haven't even reviewed the videos that are literally titled on your question. I'm not talking about you right now, Ali. I'm just people in general. Your question's a little more tedious. That one's kind of situational. You know, because you got the lead test fibs, the overnight gap fibs. Sometimes people just draw fibs to figure out a halfway point. That's fine too. But we really don't have that many methods where you're throwing fibs up. I know we say Fibonacci all the time in here, but if you guys are drawing fibs more than a few times a day, you guys are doing something wrong. Shouldn't be drawing them that many times. But if you want to, Wall Street Alley, you can go back a little bit. We had a lot of conversation about fibs on today's chart, actually. We were going over the 15-minute and the 5-minute just to kind of show people how you should draw it. What's the right way, what's the wrong way. And there's not really a wrong way. I'm showing people how we focus on it, and then the other ways that you could have seen it. I don't really like to shut out how you guys look at things, because it's not fair. It's also not cool. Someone looks at something and draws something, don't just be like, well, that's stupid because I don't look at it that way. That means you're stupid. Like, no, they're just looking at it differently. There's nothing wrong with that. Wait, you'll be there. Beware. Oh, on Friday. My bad, Lag. I didn't know what you meant. I had been talking in circles so long, I forgot where the time went. Oh, you refreshed the stream. Here's Mel. Great kind of segue into this as well. Excuse me. He said, used to take 10 to 15 trades on a single day. Why? Because I did not have a system at the same time of learning. Now I take, excuse me, I just cannot breathe. He said 1 max, 2 on the day, into the, and the system B. Wait, hold on, I gotta read this message first, bro. You suck at typing. Because I did not have a system, also was learning. Now I take 1 max, 2 on the day, and the system B I have, it works, and that's consistent. Even when I lose, I stop. No, you're good, Mel. That was hard to get out. But no, it's a good message, though. I like what you said. You used to just kind of shotgun everything. And this is like exactly what I say in this chat, is the shotgun versus the sniper method. Right? Do you guys want to be a shotgun and just shoot at every little thing that moves on the chart? By all means, go ahead. Go ahead and be my liquidity. I will gladly accept that. On the other end of things, would you rather be a sniper? Somebody who actually accurately goes after things when they want to and when they see them pop up. When the right conditions occur, they attack. They don't just shoot every moving thing on the screen, right? Anybody can do that. That takes no skill. What takes skill? Being able to refine that. And that's what you did over time, Mel. Refined yourself, really. Found the system, worked alongside it for a bit, figured out, okay, here's a template I like for being bearish, here's a template I like for being bullish, and now he just sticks with it. He just does it every single time. And like he said, even when he loses, he stops out. Why is that? Because when he loses, he understands it. That doesn't mean he's wrong. It just means that trade didn't work out. That's okay. We're going to have plenty of good entries that don't work out. You can have faith in that. That's something where you can allow that to hit you and you not completely cry about it. Whereas someone who doesn't have a system in place, has no discipline, has no conditions, has no understanding of what they're looking at, they might think they do, right? They look at that to take a loss. What is that person going to do compared to the previous? They're going to cry. They're going to be fucking pissed. They might even not even trade for a couple weeks because they're going to let that one loss get to them and make them think they're stupid when they're not. They just made a mistake. They just didn't have a system in place. And that's really what it's about, getting your system and then just doing it over and over again, being confident with it, growing trust with it over time. There's really no other way I could break that down. And a lot easier said than done. A lot easier said than done. I'll end it with that. Gotta be reviewing, gotta be back testing. Like I said, you gotta be passionate, you gotta be hungry for this stuff. Like, you really gotta be looking at things and be like, alright, when does this work out, when does it not? Alright, let me find another example. When does this work out, when does it not? And just until you trust it. Because you gotta be able to trust it to take a trade. No, that's fine, Andrew, but he called it a lead test. But we discussed the difference between what he was doing. He wasn't doing anything wrong, per se, but I'm not going to sit here and let someone call it a lead test. What he was doing was not a lead test. What he was doing was grabbing what you just said, the current day midpoint, which I don't necessarily like, but if you're going to do it how you said it, like after lunch, like after a good amount of time has gone by, I don't mind it. Just understand you're grabbing a pivot point that can move. Let's say we make a new high of day, a new low of day. Okay. But if you guys are just getting it to get information on where it could go, or maybe you just want to know if it does go back to the 50% of the day, where is that? That's fine. That's just information. That's fine. That's logical. I'm totally fine with that. But well, we can't sit here and call that a lead test. But no, and that's fine. You don't have to blame yourself, Andrew. Dividend wasn't doing anything wrong. I just wanted to make sure we were talking about it the correct way. You did nothing wrong. And you're doing nothing wrong. I like how you have it set, too. You have a condition to draw it, too. I like that. I like that more than anything. Refine. He said, I swear it's different. It's a different feeling losing than losing with reason or understanding. I lose, but damn, they make more sense, and I have the right decision to learn from. 100%. You don't feel as lost. You don't feel as shitty. And it's not like we're trying to find a coping method. Like, no, I want to have reasoning for why I'm right or wrong, or what I might have done. And you just gotta understand, like, sometimes when you lose and when we chalk it up to, oh, I just lost on a good trade, sometimes that could be timing of the sectors. Sometimes maybe it's just news that was released right then and there, which I'm not gonna ever blame it on that. But a lot of the time it's just timing of the sectors. Maybe 4 of them were going up. The one you were looking at was the only one going down. And so you thought you were bearish because the sector was bearish, but then the overall market wasn't. So it just reverses bad timing. That's going to happen. Losing trades to bad timing, that's fine. We can work on that. A lot of good conversations. Make some pizza dough. That sounds good. That sounds fun. Alright, Dividend, send us a picture after. Have a great time, man. Thank you again for all the conversations, too. I hope you weren't, like, you felt attacked or anything. I definitely was not attacking you. Really good conversations that other people are going to think about now. He said, yes, sir, if it comes out good. Yeah, that's fine, Andrew. But you understand why I was saying what I was saying, right? We just can't sit here and be like, that's a lead test. Because it's not. It's an informational fib. That's what I would call that. You're using a Fibonacci retracement to give yourself more information on the chart that you have in front of you right here, right now. I see nothing wrong with that. That's what every fib is, to be honest. It's an informational fib. We just have a system to the one that we draw. But no, I'm totally fine with that. Like I said, too, I like that you have a condition to draw it. It isn't just like, oh, let me just draw this because I feel like drawing it. Like, you need to have that consistent rule that pops up. Like, oh, okay, now I can draw that. Well, there were lead tests today, but on the 15-minute with how he was going over it, just it's in the stream. I'm not gonna say it again. Andrew knows what I mean. Your mom's a lead test. Ooh, burn. Damn, Leland. Damn, Leland. I didn't know they cooked up the hottest roast in Florida like that. Is the Florida heat already getting to your brain? That's crazy. I hope they're treating you good over there, man. I normally like people from Florida. It's like the brother Texas never had. Y'all gotta see this food Leland's eating, man. Leland, you need to start sending your food into the Discord chat, bro. Flex on us as a whole. One day he's like, guys, I'm having lobster. Next day he's like, guys, I'm having more lobster. Next day he's like, guys, I'm having fish that I can't pronounce because they're so big. And this whole time he's saying all this, his pinky is way up in the air. The pinky is basically the North Star for this man. He is the fanciest of fancy. When you say Leland, you're basically saying wealth. I'm just kidding, by the way. He's just extreme enough to fit in. Oh, he's extreme, all right. Leland for sure has the gold Bugatti. Oh, 100%. When he says Bugatti, he doesn't say it like I do. He says it like Andrew Tate. Bugatti. He's got that just rich just sound to him when he says that one word. Prop Shoot said, but what's his profit margin? Dr. J said, congrats on your success. I really make Leland out to be some, like, top S&P 500 CEO. Just some, like, tech sector CEO. I swear that's what he is, though. I swear. I wouldn't lie to you guys. Never. Me? Psh.
But what's his profit margin?
I don't know, another cool thing to think about too when you're in chat, like it's so hard to not be motivated when you have so many people in chat who are just like ready to eat the market alive, even if they don't really think they could take it or not. You know, but they're exerting that confidence because they want to be able to take it. They want to put what they know to work. They want to show everybody, look, this is what I've learned over the past couple years. It's a nice display of confidence, a nice display of knowledge, really. And there's so many people like that in chat. Like, it's not just me or some of the top leaders in chat. Like, there's so many people in chat who are like that. I have people that will just randomly stop in to just drop knowledge bombs and then just randomly stop being in chat. They just want to focus on themselves, but sometimes they feel that calling, like, oh, let me motivate people in chat. There's so many people like that in our group. It's so hard to quit. It's so hard to not feel uplifted at least part of the time you're in here, because there's just, I mean, besides when I'm yelling at all of you. But everybody else is really nice and likes to pick each other up. And I swear I'm not ever getting on to someone in terms of, like, I hate you, I don't like you. Like, I swear it's just the passion in me. Like, I want to grow. I want you guys to grow. I'm tired of us going over certain things that don't matter. And from now on, I am going to let you know when something doesn't matter. In terms of how I look at things. How we look at things in here. Not me, how we. If something you're looking at makes zero sense to me and has no regard to the system, I'm not going to pay attention. Or I'm going to let you know, hey, this doesn't matter. Based on how we trade. Again, I'd like to push that out, because just because someone's doing something different doesn't mean it's wrong. But the whole point of being consistent is trying to do the same thing over and over again. So if we're sitting here testing things every single day, how the hell am I ever supposed to expect myself to learn or grow? I don't. You can't. You can't expect yourself to grow. You gotta do the same things over and over again. Are you gonna see them the same way every time? No. Sometimes when you break a level, it's a single candle retest. Is that going to happen every single time? No. Sometimes it's a midterm. Sometimes there's no retest at all and they just flood. You guys know how it is. But you were in control of that. You were in control of, oh, okay, these are the two options I'm being given. One of them isn't so nice. One of them's all right. I guess I'll take it. And then as soon as that, whatever you're in, goes right or wrong, you just ignore it. It's like, whoa, 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 calm down. What's on your screen? What have you practiced? What's your triggers? You know, if this breaks, are you still in? Sure. If this breaks, are you getting out? Yes, hell yes, get out. You know, you need to have these triggers for yourself in every little scenario. You can't just react. If you just react, it's going to be a problem. And yeah, Andrew, I think you're right. You know, it's funny too. I just recently deleted that, but the whole reason I left this one was for that reason. I left this day as supply, which this day used as support, and then we didn't really ever touch it again. We sat above it here. We broke away from it today. But that was actually why I left this one, because I was wanting to leave an old zone for this to catch on, but I did notice that as well. A beautiful higher low demand actually was where this jumped up from. It wasn't just some random level. Like, there was buyer presence here where it jumped from. But sometimes that's why it's very beneficial to keep some of those older zones going. And sometimes you'll see me keep them, sometimes you won't. Where the hell am I going? But sometimes it's nice to have these because, like, let's say you have one right here. Like, let's say you randomly had a zone here, and it bounced off that. Why would you delete that? You wouldn't. What if it pushed through it? Then you would delete it and add the low of wherever it pushed through, and that would be your new barrier, right? And you could do that as much as you want. I try to do it here and there to keep it still, like, you know, very organized and very easy for people to look at this. Because I'm the one streaming it. It's got to look clean. But I don't want to make up shit, right? I got to have consistency. But I like that you had that drawn still. Or maybe you just went back and threw it on there. But either way, it's nice to have some of those, not old zones. I don't want to say old because that was just literally within a week ago. But those recent days that we haven't necessarily broken new highs or lows out of, it's nice to have those demands or those supplies still drawn from that recent left. Because that will give you what you have on your chart right now. And it's just beautiful. And again, I don't care if you're drawing it my method or Daffy's method. Either works. Just please stick to just doing one of them. Don't do both at the same time, and don't do one and then switch to the other. Like, definitely stick to doing just... Actually, you have both on here. Fair enough.
I know, but yeah, I was about to say, I was looking at it, I was like, wait, this is Daffy's demand. I looked at the top of the chart, and you had the supply drawn how I would draw it, and I was like, wait. But that's fine, like, as long as you understand that. And be consistent with it, you know, I wouldn't switch them around too much. But I could see the benefit, too, because, yeah, I'm not even going to get into it, Andrew, but in short, I could see why the demand you drew was better than if you had drawn it my method. And then vice versa, I could see why my supply was a little bit better than how Daffy would draw his. So I actually see the benefit behind drawing one or the other on either of those. Like that demand, I wouldn't have had that demand drawn that way. Mine would have been off, but his was spot on. And then I think his supply wouldn't have been as useful, but mine was like spot on because you get that open to that green candle. So, like I said, if you just backtest them and see that they work, you can trust them. It's when people just hear someone say it once, then they go do it themselves, and then they try to practice it that way. That's when it's a problem. It's like, yeah, you could go off of me saying it once and just go practice it, sure, but you should definitely check out this other stuff. Just to get a better understanding of what you're about to, you know, about to try. I've just been rambling. But guys, we have about an hour and a half left in the day. Still getting a lot of really good updates on the Trade Thor and YouTube stream, so I'm trying to read through as many of them as I can. Oh, Andrew, I see what you're saying. Oh, I see what you're saying. It considers the... Yeah, because we start at 8:30, close at 3. So one of those hourly candles is going to have 30 minutes of pre-market within it. So I got to draw the extended hours off for a valid one. Okay, fair enough. See? Like that. Like, I wouldn't have known to tell you that. That's just something you had to figure out. Like, it's just basic stuff like that. Like, not just hearing me say it and then you doing it. Now you've heard me say it, you did it, you figured something out. Now you understand it even more than I do. That's understanding at its most basic definition. Being able to break something down to a simpler fashion. Being able to break it down even just a single step. Good job, Andrew. Also, shout out to Garden Trader. Make sure to check out the post charts channel, guys. I'm still not seeing some of you do this, which fair enough. You don't have to do it every day. But it was nice to see Garden Trader show you all the template on how it should look. But regardless, you should be talking to yourself the way that she posted in that channel every single time you have a chart, right? You should have something kind of thought about a little bit before the chart has started moving. Okay, this is where I think bulls can attack and have better, you know, beneficial moves from, and vice versa. This is where I think sellers can take advantage from, blah, blah, blah. You know, and then label those areas out and where they can head to. So it's just nice to have that beforehand thinking. Which, again, is very crucial. I don't care what kind of strategy you follow. Any strategy needs that. You gotta have that before, the during, and the after. Yeah, I remove them after they become invalidated. I do when I work from home. Oh, okay, no, that's smart. No, that's how it's supposed to be done, Andrew. I'm glad to see you killing it. Will, I actually recently traded Adobe, so I should already have it charted. I literally traded that last week. So I should still have it charted. Oh my god, it's at 527 now? What the fuck? I traded it from this day to this day. That was it. But let's see where I get my candles from. I should just have emerging candles. Yeah, we do. Emerging candles. And then these should be weekly and daily demand supplies. Yeah, that's a weekly. That's a weekly. Weekly. Okay, all my supplies and demands are weekly. All of my levels are from the daily. And it looks like junk when you're looking at it like on these time frames. It's like, wow, how does he trade that? Like, this is so not spaced out at all. Because I don't trade the monthly or the weekly. I trade the daily. I trade the daily time frame. And it's very spaced out and very beautiful to look at. But yeah, we recently did the inside bar breakout. And then it pushed up into this day. And then I was like, you know what? I'm cool with the 102%. We're not going to be stupid. Looks like since then they did a midterm retest that actually held that. And they moved up continuously, which I think the other setup we did the same thing. It did. Yeah. Tested halfway point, which I think that's the halfway point. Yeah, tested halfway point, jumped. It's very, very common in swing trading. Oh, I can't control Z those. He said, I just did, but curious because some of the levels are huge and still are even with 50% fib between them. I mean, they shouldn't be like super close to each other. Your chart's going to be a lot more spaced out when you're doing like a swing trading kind of POV compared to your day trading point of view where it's like there's a level every $2. Those will be very different. But that's how it's supposed to be. I can't believe I left this chart alone. To be fair, my whole plan was to see if it'd go back down to the gap, and it didn't. And so because I didn't plan for it to retest, I told myself, you're not allowed to keep watching this because that's not realistic for me. So that's why I kind of moved on from it. But even RTX kept going. Yeah, we had a lot of good setups this week. Will, do you want me to like re-chart it or what? Because I kind of just showed you where everything is from. If you want me to go slow, I can. I like literally just charted this. But it's just monthly emerging candles. I don't even think I have halfway points. Yeah, I don't have a single halfway point marked. Oh, no, that's a lie. I have one right here. Sorry, I lied. There is one. And then I went to the weekly, it looks like. All-time high supply, high of that candle to the open of that green candle. High of that candle to the open of that green candle. High of that candle to the open of that green candle. High of that candle to the open of that green candle. Low of that candle to the top of that last red candle right here. That's where all my zones come from. And then I jumped down to the daily, and this is what I would look at. And then also on top of that, you could throw your EMAs, which I don't think we used the EMAs for this one when we were originally looking at it. I normally just turn on my first three. Oh, no, we did turn the EMAs on for this one because we said it's above the 9 as well. This was like a tertiary trigger. It was an inside bar breakout, but it also closed above the 9 EMA. Sorry, I had some short-term memory loss there. The reason we were out is because we hit almost 3 EMAs in one day. Oh, you're good, Will. Sometimes it's just nice to get that reinforcement just to understand, okay, I did draw it. Totally fine, totally fine. But yeah, I probably won't be swing trading this for a bit. I need to cool off of Adobe. Which we'll see if we find a swing today. I'm not going to force one just because we're on the back end of a, yo, the market just started ripping. Today's our first red day kind of day. I hate trading off of those. Because these are the days where everyone thinks we keep selling, and then we end up getting a dip buy. And there's the same thing yesterday. Yesterday was one of those days where everyone thinks we're just going to keep going up, and then we finally get that reversal. Like, you don't know it until it happens. But you can feel it. You can literally feel that before it happens. Maybe you don't feel the, it's definitely going down the next day feeling, but you definitely feel the, there's no way this keeps going up. Like, you just know it in your bones. And even if you're wrong, guess what? You still took the correct answer by not trading it. Because you don't know. You don't realistically know what's going to happen after days like yesterday. I hate when I see people post that stuff. That is a peeve for me. People will be like, I told you I was going to keep going. Yeah, you told us, but you didn't know it was going to keep going. There is no way of knowing that. So don't try to sit there and act like, oh, by the way, this might be my new investment soon. I haven't chosen a price target yet. Or entry price yet, but this might actually be the one we choose. I know a few of you were waiting for me to choose another stock pick. It has been a while. We haven't chosen one since PayPal and LW. And those were both a lot lower when we chose them, so it's been a minute. But like I said, I don't like to force my stock picks. It really has to be something I enjoy, and it has to be at a good cost. I don't want to just be like, yeah, guys, buy Apple. Like, no shit, Apple's going to go up over time. But I wouldn't say buy Apple right now. It's good to be realistic. And good question, Will. I was very happy to look back at Adobe. I'll let you know if I see more. Yeah, I told you so, bro. Yeah, those kind of posts. Those are so stupid. I told y'all Tesla would slow down finally. Like, okay. I think most of everybody felt that it was probably going to slow down. Did they call it the reversal? No. But it's like bragging being right about something that you didn't know was going to happen. Like, would you do that in the opposite scenario? No, probably not. You probably would never tell anybody you thought Tesla was going to go up and then the next day it went down. You probably never would tell anybody that. So why would you do it in the other scenario? It's just weird. You really got to hold yourself to like a disciplined mindset. You got to be realistic. If you want to trade, you got to be about it. You can't just be sitting here and pretending. Don't be like all these other, server owners and Twitter pages where they're like, yeah, guys, we caught $10,000 in profits today. And it's like, okay, cool. Good for you, man. What'd you trade? Oh, I just thought it was going to go up. Okay. So do you want to catch lucky gains or do you want to catch gains where you can actually have reasoning? Because that guy sounds like a moron to me. I don't care that he made 10K. He had no reasoning for why he liked it. But that person that made $42 comes up to me and they're like, yo, Bueller, I only made $42, but this was why. And they explain a couple reasons. That is going to impress me tenfold more than the guy making 10. I mean, I might be stupidly impressed that the guy made 10K without actually thinking about anything. That's just luck, though. I will actually be impressed by the hard work by the person who made $42 and was able to tell me exactly why they entered, why they exited, what were the parameters outside of their trade that didn't get triggered, like what was all there. And if you can explain all that to me like I'm a child with a lollipop in my mouth, then you're doing fine. You're doing great. You have complete understanding of what you're trying to do, and you should have confidence, natural confidence. Not the kind of confidence that just randomly puts you in a $10,000 gain, but the confidence that puts you in the right seat every single trade or most trades. That's what you want to work towards, being consistent. Not just in your outcome, but in your methods. Still holding one Nike contract. Runner held 76 after that SPY drop, crossing 2 days ago, previous day high. Okay. Yeah, Andrew, told you so. I like these streams. I like when I get to rant. It's a lot of talking, but it's a lot of shit to look at. Like, when I tell you guys this is not easy, it's not. And I know you know it, because when you get into it, you're like, what the fuck? There's so much to look at. Like, it is. But it's not once you've done it long enough and you get the experience and the reps and you understand. And then once you're on the back end of that, you're like, oh, wow, it really wasn't a lot. I just had to go through some of it bit by bit. And then it's not, and then you're still not done. You still gotta like be able to use that information day in, day out, week in, week out to keep yourself going, to keep yourself motivated, to remain naturally confident, like I keep saying. allow the methods, allow the process to give you that natural confidence, not some random stroke of luck. Let's not look for that. And if you do happen to get that random stroke of luck, awesome. Still remain that person that is working towards being better. Don't be that person that just randomly thinks they're God. You're not. You can bleed just like the rest of us. You gotta be able to understand you are human. You will make mistakes. It's okay. It's like we're working to be a computer, but we're human. Because you want to be like a computer in certain ways. You do want to be conditional. Oh, when a trigger hits, you're in, or when this happens, you're in or out. Just being able to react off of process, not off of emotion. That would be the best. Reacting off of what's there, not what you're feeling. And yeah, I don't know why there's still so many short sellers. I'm telling you, bro, Bill Gates started something wrong. Him and that whole evil circle of rich people that just hate Elon, They ruined it. They said keep shorting Tesla. And now look at those idiots. Now think about the masses of people that believe in them. They're still shorting Tesla. Some of that 7 billion isn't just rich people money. There are people out there just like you and me who are losing money shorting Tesla because they religiously believe Tesla should be $0. That's fucking crazy. They are not just a car company. If you still believe that, you are lost. You are a lost cause. I'm not saying Tesla's the greatest company in the world, but to say that you should short them to zero, you are as crazy as the person saying that it's the greatest company in the world. Because they're not. Don't be extreme. Being extreme is not cool. Yeah, 42% in the last week. Pretty wild. I told you guys before the election, if Trump wins, you don't know if everything's going to go up or not. But the thinking is that it will, because he is going to bring better trade, better policy for all of our country. It has nothing to do with Republican versus Democrat. That's just traditionally how it goes. The Democrats have horrible foreign policy and horrible trade. Guess what the Republicans have horrible of? Just about everything else. So, I mean, there's evil to both sides, but the Republicans are just naturally known to have better trade relationships with other countries. It's not a red versus blue thing. So, I don't want to see anybody in chat say that dumb shit. Let's not make the trade and foreign policy thing into a red versus blue thing. But that is why the general belief that all of these should keep continuing. Now, should we get some resets, some balancing in between? Yeah, 100%. But right now, the expectations of the stock market are so crazy, everybody's just buying. So, gotta be careful. And it's not just the Donald Trump presidency. I think a lot of people are also forgetting interest rates are going to be coming down a lot more. Which that was a big reason Leland was promoting UPST for like 3 years straight in this chat. Just, it is directly tied to interest rates. So if they go back up, or if they go back down, sorry, I'm saying it backwards. If they go back down, UPST is going to go back up. Just naturally off of the fact that interest rates are being affected again. Shout out to Leland for that one, by the way. That was like probably one of the most profitable callouts in the chat in terms of like investment ideas. You know, we have some pretty famous ones in chat: Energy Transfer, PayPal, all that stuff. But I would say the UPST callout's definitely up there. And it's not like we have like 50 stock picks over like the 4 or 5 years, 6 years we've been here. I'd say we probably have about like 7 or 8, but almost all of them are bangers. And we don't try to look for them, you know, adamantly. If you're looking for a stock pick every day, there's something wrong with you. Got to give yourself a little bit of time in between. They aren't just going to pop up and present themselves every day. That's impossible. Higher SPY, go, yeah. The fact that we're already back to just under the previous day control point is crazy. Because remember where today's open is, everybody. Hold up, I'm trying to get to the right candle. Right here. So all that drop and all that rise, it's like we didn't do anything today. We're just a little bit lower than where we opened. But we're right back to where we were end of day yesterday. What does UPS? Yeah, literally. Oh, yo, y'all need to go like that video. Both of my recent videos. If you go to the YouTube channel, there's a member video, the Leland video. Holy crap, the white chart. I didn't even like my own video. And then this is kind of a funny video. This isn't really like anything I'm going to do a bunch of, but I just kind of liked it. But this is just the compilation of different things that we all laughed at in here. The UPST one, there's a couple Jerome Powell clips. You got the CLF guy. Jerome Powell again with shut the effing door. And then, one of the most famous clips that I swear nobody's seen. My boy Steve. Yeah, y'all gotta watch that. Very funny. Yeah, I'm blind, yeah. Flashbang through the door. That's what it felt like. Yo, speaking of that, though, that was pretty funny. Did y'all see what Sinful did yesterday? I'll pull it up on YouTube stream. Oh, God, I gotta go all the way back to yesterday. And y'all are actually insanely active today. Oh, God. Oh, God. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, this was kind of cool, too. We can go over that as well. But I want to get to the joke. The joke was funny. Oh, here it is. So I posted that video, right? And it's Leland's chart, and it's white and all that stuff. This man Sinful came back. And this is Leland's video. But the only thing he changed was the colors. He inverted the colors to where the background was black. So it wasn't so bright and blinding and all that, blah, blah, blah. But I thought that was... I actually laughed out loud when I saw that. And then he said, Leland replied, he said, reverse racism is racism. And he did it fast, too, because, like, I had just posted this video in chat. A few minutes later go by, Sinful's already posting the black version, like, bam, done. That shit had me weak. I was actually laughing. Okay, but back to this. I wanted to go over this as well. Did anybody have any confusion with yesterday's posting? Because after we finished stream, Jesus Christ, I'm just trying to make it bigger, dude. But after stream yesterday, I was doing all kinds of text updates in here just to kind of keep everybody on the same page. But we talked about the golden pocket being tested again. We saw that first bearish move come down here, and then just lower high trend kind of kept intact. And then I showed the smaller time frame to show where we would actually be trading. If she doesn't, I was saying golden pocket tested again. If she doesn't hold, expect previous day close / previous day control point. That would be this white level and then the orange level. So I'm saying if this breaks, these are my first two targets. And then also, not just covering the bearish side of things, reminding myself, well, what if a green candle pops up? What would make this bullish again? Seeing the retake of the 50% of the retest of previous day highs. So not just seeing this hold, but seeing it move off of this zone would give me better confidence and a retake of this next area to show me, okay, buyers are definitely present. And that would make more sense. So giving myself a scenario to see if for bulls to present themselves. And then right after moving away, exiting, blah, blah, blah. And then one of the first two targets getting pretty close to hitting. And then within the next few minutes, both targets hit. They went through the previous day close, through the previous day control point, and then they were trading under it. Why did I stop posting after that? Because during this time, we had gotten so much consolidation. Pretty good movement, too. This was pretty good movement during the day. It wasn't just like down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. No, it actually did a little bit down, up. Then it fell down. More down, up, more down, up. Tested the fib over the overnight gap. Nice move up, nice move down. So there's good movement all throughout this. Then they came back down. Why did I stop posting after this? Instead of saying, well, we could watch this for bearish retest and then look for more selling. Why would I not say that? I mean, it's okay to say it. I wouldn't bash somebody for saying it, but why would we chill out? I guess essentially is what I'm trying to say. Why would we chill out after all of this? Can somebody tell me? Well, that too, but besides that, tying into a point I actually cover day to day. Why would I stop posting more bearish plays after this? Why are we done? Why are we chilling? Why are we chilling out? Which they actually did end up bouncing after that. So my inner intuition saved my soul. For anybody who wants to know why, this is why. It's from open to close, navigating the three phases of the day using probability. All I'm doing is seeing that two parts of the day moved a bunch. I shouldn't expect the third part of the day to move a bunch. That's it. That's as simple as I could put that. So definitely check out that video if you have not already. But like I said in that post, stop expecting more moves after we get a decent sized move every single day. So if we have 5 days where we just moved really well, why are you expecting the 6 to keep going? You shouldn't. Realistically, you shouldn't. Use context to be more aware. That's all I'm saying. Why did that jump me down there? And yeah, thank you for all the answers. Tobias and Carter. I'm sure I'll get questions on that exact topic within a week. I don't know, this is like a basic concept to me. The order of operations and the 3 phases of the day. These work in tandem so well. I feel like it creates that experience for you. Like it tells you, hey, this is probably an alright day. And then, you know, within a few minutes you should know. Or a few hours. But it's also just nice to like be in the moment and you don't really understand everything that's gone on with the day, but you can at least tell there was movement. Okay, mark it up. How many times during the day have we moved? We've been moving all day. So should we be expecting a lot or less movement from Power Hour based on how we've seen today? Less, because 2 out of the 3 parts of today have been doing amazing, have been moving a lot. So it's less likely that we should get more movement in the Power Hour in the last hour or last 2 hours of the day. Does that make sense to everybody? Show me an emoji or just say yeah or anything. Thumbs up would be cool too. I just need to make sure you guys understand this because this is a very basic concept, but it's very important. It's very impactful. Because this stops you from making more trades, or sometimes it pushes you into making another trade. Because let's say you look at a day and it hasn't done shit all day, but you made mistakes. In your head, you might feel like the day's done a lot because you lost a trade. But if you look back at the chart and it hasn't really been moving a whole lot, and you're in the last hour and a half a day, yeah, you should get ready to try to find a setup. You might have a good opportunity in front of you. So it's not just how to keep you out of trades, it's also how to push you into days where, yeah, there's still more juice left. There's still more toothpaste left. It's very helpful. So it's not just for like let me get out of trade. Like, no, it's also for maybe there might be more. Yo, what's up, Eagle Eye? How you doing? Always good to see my Eagle Eye in here. You went over that with Kevo earlier? Good stuff. Was that in chat? And yeah, Kevo's good about it too. If you ever notice, like, he kills it and then he walks away. Or like Leland, he'll kill it and then he'll walk away. Why is that? It's not because they killed it. It's not because they made money and they're scared to lose it. It's because they understand the rest of the day is less likely to move like they were just now when they were taking their trades. It has nothing to do with their own profits. I mean, maybe it does a little bit, but I promise you they're both thinking about that too. They're both like, oh, okay, shit, today's moved a lot. Let me not expect the greatest thing to happen at the end of the day. I think to myself that we were... Wait. When heavy moves like that happen, I think to myself that the people that were in early should be neutral or keeping gains. Yeah. No, wait, that sounds right. I was trying to understand that better. But yeah, I think that's right. Let the chart tell us what to do and be reactionary. Exactly. Be reactionary to the chart, not reactionary to how you feel about the chart. How you feel is never going to be a good reaction. But 100% though, I'm with you on that, Alexis. Leaving out the guessing, exactly. It should be just cold decisions. That's it. Cold decisions. Like a computer makes. A computer doesn't sit there and go, well, I don't know if I like this. No, it just does it. Oh, I was set to be bullish above this. Well, I'm bullish above this. That's it. There's nothing else to think about or talk about. Oh, it went under this. I'm wrong now. Bam, out. Shouldn't even be thinking about, well, how do I feel about this? Do I think it could come back? Do I think it could do this? And in that moment, it's falling even more and you're down more. That hesitation just cost you. So yes, I 100% agree. Be reactionary, but with the process. Should be reactionary with reasoning. I guess that's a good way to put it. Do y'all ever sleep on your hand or your arm on accident or something? And then you like wake up? I did that the other night. I think I fell asleep on my hand. But I woke up and it was like 5 a.m. I think. And I swear to God, I was freaking out because I was like, where's my hand? And it was because I couldn't feel it. There was like no blood in my hand or whatever. I could not feel my left hand for like 30 minutes. I was freaking out. I was like, what is going on? I come back after getting water and it was all fine. I was like, okay. It was so freaky though. It was longer than you realistically would have thought you wouldn't have feeling in your hand. Like I was like, okay, I just lost my hand. I'm a vegetable now. They feel like fuzzy balloon. Yeah, it feels weird. I'm like banging my hand against the table and it doesn't hurt. I'm like, okay. I'm just invincible now. Yeah, I won't lie. That freaked me out. I only thought about it just now because I smacked my hand against the table and that's what it reminded me of. Yeah, Mr. Deed's foot. Oh, bro, that movie's so good. I don't know what made me think of that quick, but that was just it was a weird feeling, and it was also that time of the night where like you're like confused when you're waking up, and I was thirsty at the same time, so like my priority, my brain's like, dude, just get water and go back to sleep. But my other part of my brain's like, dude, where's your left hand? It was very weird. God, I'm loving the post and post charts, guys. Y'all are really making me smile. It's not just Garden Trader in there. I love it. That's my standard for when I see if y'all are posting or not. If it's just Garden in there, you're all in trouble. Oh, yo, Carter, I'm almost done with Turn, by the way. Let me go see what episode I'm on. I would have finished it quicker, but I didn't. Oh, very solid. Not pretty solid, very solid. It was exactly how I thought it would be, I'll be honest with you. Exactly how I thought it would be, and which is good, because I had very high expectations. But I was just like, the whole time I had that movie The Patriot in my head, and then I was like, this better have those vibes, and I also better have, like, every actor better be worth the shit, right? Because I hate when you get a good actor and you can tell they're really not giving it their all because they probably don't care about the script or whatever, but every person in that show actually looked like they were super excited to be there. Everybody was into it. Yeah, no, Turn is really good. I liked it a lot. I'm on the last 4 episodes, by the way. I had to look. I think I'm in one of the last 4 episodes, though. But yeah, really, really good. I wish another Band of Brothers type show would get made. We gotta get Leland on it. No, Leland's got a lot of other shit to watch. Though he should get to Turn soon. You just gotta be careful with Leland. He's like me in a way. Like, one weekend he won't watch anything, but then there'll be that weekend where he just destroys, like, everything that he wanted to watch. It's like burst for us. I don't know why. I think we're special. But yeah, we do gotta get Leland on it. It's really good. Special is the right word, yeah. If we were Pokemon, we would only have special moves because we're special. Our intelligence level is special. I have no learning deficiencies. I'm just special. Yo, what movie are we watching this week? I forgot we planned that. We should do that this week. I said we'd wait another week, and then we did wait another week. I say Friday night or Saturday during the day, like towards the evening. That's when the movie should be streamed in Discord. Ezra? Is it the vampire show? I think that's what I'm thinking of. That's the vampires? Ezra. Unless you meant the movie, then I don't think I've seen this. IWM was nasty today. I saw a few nasty charts on here today. In a good nasty way. Good way. In a good way. Yeah, I was looking at your levels too, Carter. I was like, damn. Seeing where we started and where we fell to. A lot of movement. Yeah, never sleep on IWM. Who all has lifetime role? Who's all going to be here in tomorrow's stream? Tomorrow, just to give information on what the hell I'm even talking about. Tomorrow I'm doing a lifetime stream. It's the last 2 hours of the market. And it's purely just to try to find a swing. But if we don't, we'll just be back testing some stuff. Because, you know, I don't want to just stream for nothing. So we'll still find something to go over. But just looking to see who's joining that tomorrow. I'm kind of excited for it, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, you have to have lifetime, though. It's a lifetime. I don't do too many lifetime swing streams. I'm trying to do more. Because every time I do them, only half of them can join, and then some of them watch the recording. And some of them just aren't interested in swings at all, so that's fine. I'm not going to force people to. But it also kind of cuts the audience in half, because some of you guys don't have lifetime, and I know some of you want to be here, so I try not to have too many of those sessions, so please don't feel too, like, out of the picture. I definitely am in here a lot more than I am with them, so if anything, they should feel that way. But regardless, though, if you guys aren't there live, I hope you catch the recording, because, I don't know, hopefully we find a bunch of setups we can actually go over a lot tomorrow. Because it's not like I can, you know, tell the market to be ready for me tomorrow, and then we get to cover everything I want. It'll be reactionary TA. But it's the best. You'll be there, Alexis? Good. I'm going to need you there. I'm going to need some of my OG swingers in there. Plus, you guys got to get ready in lifetime. Noct is about to start getting active again. And last time Noct was active, a lot of us missed out on a lot. And when I tell you that there is very few people in chat that I can confidently say can swing trade better than me, because there's a few of you that are already beyond me in day trading. I'll accept that one any day of the week. But swing trading, I got a lot of pride in. Only some of you can beat me in it. And there's already a few guys in the Lifetime chat that are not just in tune with my system, they're even finding better setups than I am with my own system. And I would say Nox is up there. I would say Sherman is up there. Alexis, sometimes you surprise. Ripcord's pretty good at it. I can't really bash Ripcord. He's been pretty damn good with it for a while. Mike T's really good at finding really good setups. Setups that I wouldn't otherwise look at or think of. So there's a lot of people like that too that are just really good at finding setups. It's not even like a trading thing. It's like, dude, just listen to this person. Just wait for them to spit out a name. But that makes me excited because I really do take pride in my swing trading abilities, and I think there are some people in chat that have finally gotten up to par. And it's really nice because those same people haven't just ditched chat. They've remained in chat consistently. They're still posting to this day. And it's just really nice because it doesn't take away from chat. If anything, it adds to chat. It allows more people to join and enjoy everything. I love when someone can just join in and be like, wow, I love the vibes of this group. Because they probably hear me being an asshole to everybody, and they're like, well, this group sucks. But if you check Trade Floor, man, oh my god. All I see is exactly what I wanted. Just a group of people working their ass off together. And it's like that in the Lifetime group. Just a shit ton of people with a lot of experience. And who just want to grow and see you grow. If you ever feel like someone's making a point too harshly towards you, it's because they don't want you to make the same mistake they probably made before. But it'll never be anything personal towards you. What the hell are you talking about, Tobias? What's the deal with the S or the W or the P? And then he says, I keep forgetting who is who. What are you talking about? The S, the W, and the P. What do you mean by that, though? Discord names. Oh, you're saying like people's names on Discord are different than on YouTube? Yeah, that's probably the hardest on me of all of you. Let's be honest. It becomes a pain in the ass when we go to Twitch too and we're playing marbles and one of you have like a tertiary name. It doesn't match either of the names. It's like, what the hell? It's like y'all do it just to troll. Some people just have account names differently though. Nothing they can do about it. It is nice though when you guys have the same alias on YouTube and Discord though. You're good, Carter. Yeah, someone, like, I think it was you actually, aren't you? What's a stop loss be, or what's a stop loss? It's like, what the fuck? That could be anyone in chat. Good, Alexis, good. And post the results in Lifetime group so I can start tracking them day to day, please, because that helps me. And then I can go through lists and I can backtest. So even if I'm not streaming or anything like that or swinging anything, I can still go through the old setups a day later and see what's progressed, what hasn't. Because you got to remember, it's not just about, and I'll show you really good examples, it's not just about finding setups to trade, like an inside bar, and then trading the inside bar. Do you think the setup just stops right there after part of it is moved? No, there's a lot more you can do with that chart. Meta ended up giving great opportunity for more today. Amazon as well. You know, you're either watching for this to retest or not. It didn't. It ended up holding above this. Okay, well now you know Amazon's a lot more bullish than it was yesterday. You know, so it's not just like, let me use this inside bar to get it traded and then I'm never checking this chart again. No, it's like this can lead to other setups. And that's what's great about swing trading too. It's the exact same thing. One trade turns into like 5 sometimes. It's just sometimes you gotta pace yourself correctly. You can't always think about it that way. But it sure is nice when it works that way. Because then it makes you feel better about yourself in the setup that you found. You don't feel like you just found one. You felt like you found a meat full of setup. You know, you got a couple. Feels good. Gives you more confidence. Makes you feel better. Mine is too much on there. Yeah, see, like I already forgot. I want to change mine, but then we right back where we started. I mean, as long as you have Santana or Alexis somewhere in the name, I don't care. But we need one of those in there. Mr. Santana is kind of nice, because when I see your name, I think of Santa Ana from the Alamo, you know? one of the most fearless leaders in all of Mexican history. Like, that's who I think of when I read your name. I know it's not the same name, but I think of Santa Anna. A very dominant force. Damn, Sand Dollar. Are you fancy, huh? Are you fancy, huh? Sand Dollar, too. I want to see you in Lifetime chat more. I want to start not taking your setups, but I want to start backtesting them, too. But you post them in Trade Floor, so I'll just do that. I'll just backtest, because you post them openly anyway. You don't try to hide nothing. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Tomorrow, the Lifetime Swing stream. That sounds fun. I think in the last 40 minutes of this stream, I will also do the same thing. I'm probably going to be looking actively for a swing. Real quick, I need to reset my screen. I just realized it froze. Hold up. Uno segundo, por favor. I'm sorry, Discord. It's coming up right now. Sometimes it freezes. I don't know why, but I have to sometimes click total all accounts, and then I reset it, and then it's like, okay, we're working again. It only happens when I stream on Discord and YouTube, though, and it doesn't happen every time. I just have to notice it. Nice, so consult your AI. Good, good, good. Yes, consult Allen Iverson. That is what artificial intelligence actually means. Allen Iverson. No way they kept going. That's gonna hurt my body. I'm bleeding out. Oh, what the hell? Get me off this chart. I feel like somebody was cutting my leg off. Bro, isn't that crazy though? I mean, we essentially took the same setup on two different charts. One did not work out. One worked out so much, I don't think we would have cared about the other one not working out. I love our swing strategy, but sometimes it hurts my soul. Just gotta be realistic with yourself. You're not gonna catch every play. You're not gonna catch every play. Whoosah. Whoosah. Gotta breathe. Gotta breathe. What the fuck? Oh, never mind. That's crazy. Bro, Shopify is not worth 120 or whatever that said. 112. Shopify is not 112. Oracle, nice. They kept going. This was one of the charts that we were like bullish, then flip bearish, then we were like, wait, never mind, it's still bullish. And here it is. So all that indecision, we ended up being right in the end, but no play. Solar still on the down. That's awesome. We'd love to see that. Solar is shit. I know. I've been literally saying that all year. Is this your first time hearing me say that? If that's your first time hearing me say that, please find the exit. I'm the biggest solar bear there is. Death to solar. Unless Trump changes his policy on solar, which it is looking like he's trying to. So we have to pay attention to that. It should just keep falling. But if Trump changes his policy to include some of it, which that was part of the question, it could have a little bit of a... I'm not going to say recovery, but I will say a short recovery. Yeah, the tech is great. But as companies, yeah, they're just not making it through. They're not getting past that finish line. I've been very adamant about this for a very long time. I am a true believer in solar going down. Until policies on both sides of the field just change, because they need to. It's just too expensive. It's not beneficial enough for someone like me or you to go get solar, and then for every American to do that, and then for every person around the world to do that. It's just not. Yeah, no, I think it's cool if you have solar. Like, actually having solar panels is very cool. I think it's very awesome. I think it is going to definitely be part of the future. But for mass production, for mass usage of this, they need to change policies. It's just not affordable for everybody. It's also not feasible for everybody. That's just their harsh reality we have to swallow. You'll send the link and off topic, unrelated, but have you guys watched the crazy lady at Walmart going off on someone at the register? You guys are gonna laugh. No, but I feel like every time I watch a video of Walmart, it is a crazy lady going off at somebody. Where's this link at? Did y'all see Meme Channel? I didn't even see that. That's sinful. He put, Bueller, don't trade the first 10 minutes, me at 941. I'll take your entire stock. Oh, yeah, because he actually supported McDonald's. When you grab calls and Daffy goes into trade floor and types at here puts. That would get me. I'd be like, shit, am I in the wrong part of the trade? Like, that would even get me. I'd be like, wait. Here, I'll show you what I would be like if I saw that. This is what I would be like. This scene. If you know what I'm talking about. Actually, let's see if I could just watch it. Yeah. That's one of the best clips ever. Hold up. That's when someone in chat says, no, your position's wrong, or they're buying calls and you're buying puts. No, that is actually the worst feeling. If you're on Discord, by the way, it's very confusing for you. I couldn't share or show you. Yeah, the Punisher, yeah. Yeah, when you're in calls and Mel says put, no, wait. That's honestly the meme I think of every time. Yo, what's up, Alexis? Where's this link at? Ooh, nice fib, Carter. I didn't even draw that. Nice fib. I don't know what Arcane is. I can't believe I've never heard of that. Or maybe I've heard of it and I just didn't, like, click it. I'm very well known to do that as well. Oh, man. I'm running and running. Oh, it's League of Legends series? Oh, I do know what it is. Putting Noxta on the spot on trade for or off topic. Damn, look at the food pics channel. I told y'all his middle name was Wealth. LRD too though, those are some big boys. Alright, before I watch this on stream, this is a 15-minute video, Alexis. Oh, this lady. Yeah, this lady has like Tourette's or something. She was like, couldn't stop saying like cuss words at the end of each sentence. Like it'd be just like one word. No, this one is funny. I do know this one. This one's kind of old. You do need my help, motherfucker. Don't you see that? It's like, what the hell? It's like this like old Canadian lady coming out of nowhere attacking this guy at Walmart. Yeah, she said MF for like 8 times. In the exact same tone every time. It wasn't like a threatening tone or like aggressive. It was just like, it was funny because the Canadian accent. Like, as an American, I could not take that video serious. Like, if I heard someone cussing at me like that, I couldn't stop laughing. I wouldn't even take it as like they're being aggressive. I would genuinely just start laughing. Like an Australian or a Canadian, I couldn't take it serious. When they cuss, it's just too funny. Motherfucker! Like, what? Just say the word. Why are you adding emphasis on this? It's not emphasis, it's their accent. No, that one's actually kind of funny. Noxta said, highly recommend, but maybe not if you don't like emotional stuff. It's pretty deep at parts, and a lot of sad things and characters are dying. But the story and character development and writing is so good that there are still really good action scenes. I said, I know I want the cry, I need to feel alive. 9 episodes, 40 minutes each, split into 3 groups of 3 pace-wise. Okay, he's very informed on this show. He's taking this serious. I'll let the plot consume me. Tobias, I just saw your Tesla chart. Y'all gotta look at Post Chart channel. That's too funny. Come to Papa. Bro, who used to do this? Somebody used to do this a long time ago in my chat. Every zone would have like wording on it. It'd be like, "Don't touch me," and then the other zone would be like, "Come here." Lag to death. Bro, Post Charts just got... Yeah, same with the Brits, yes. I'll stab you, Andrew. Bitcoin rips 20k, loses 4.5k after everyone. Generational buying opportunity. Yeah, bro, everybody's losing their minds. The market slowed down for 1 day. Everybody lost it. Bro, the market ripped for 6 days straight on most of the market. Nobody said shit. Everybody's just like, oh, damn, President Trump. And it's not even down, actually. Bitcoin's up today. Bitcoin is still up today. They're not even red. Yeah, they bought that up hard. That wick up was strong. Honestly, with that kind of candle and trading, you might as well just go hit 100k real quick. You might as well. Just go hit the brick wall real quick, slow down for a bit, consolidate, come back, find a natural price to trade around, and then repeat. I mean, they might as well go hit 100k. Or just under it, you know, like SPY. Like, it should at least go to the level and then stop. Your long shit coin since this morning. Song sounds alright. I just realized I don't have a day trading chart for Tesla right now. My swing trading chart is my day trading chart. There's a coin just straight up called Degen. Jesus. No shame. No shame. What happened to the funny crypto coin names? Those are the true shit coins. Andrew. You know what? No. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read those messages. Oh. And then he tagged me. I'm forced to read them now. Butt cheek coin. No, like, do you remember when they did, like, the Squid Game coin? That was the funniest one. What country bought Bitcoin to back its economy when it was like 30k? It woke up Doge as an ancient... I don't know why I want to say China. It's not China. I can't remember, but what you said is actually accurate. There was a time when somebody did that. And then that was when Doge went up, and then Elon mentioned Doge like 16 times over like the same 2-week period. And that was pretty much GG for Doge. That was when it went from like 0.000 something to wow, this could go to a cent. Yeah, I was very active around that time. I still wasn't even into crypto even then. I'm like one of the few people that didn't get into crypto and stayed out of crypto. I stuck to my guns. I don't care if someone calls me stupid or not. I stuck to my market. I didn't sit here and pretend like I knew everything else. Because there were a lot of people in my power and my position that acted like they knew everything about crypto. And they took a lot of money from people. And I'm not one of those people to do that. It just feels so shitty. There was a time, though, where any Discord owner could have been like, yep, I have a Discord channel just for crypto. And then 1,000 people would join. Those were the worst days ever. And not 1,000 people like you lovely people. No, I mean like 1,000 people of just the worst bottom of the barrel kind of person you could meet. There's never a great person you met out of that kind of group. Those were the horrible days. Very dark days. El Salvador, that was it, you were right. El Salvador is correct. I wanted to say China because it's so easy to think China, but it was like one of those smaller end countries. They're still having problems to this day since doing that. Well, actually, they might be up so much now that maybe all their problems are fixed. Who knows? We'll have to check in with El Salvador here in a couple weeks. There was a coin literally called Rug Pull. Guess what happened? How are we going to trade tomorrow knowing CPIs tomorrow? We're going to lose our minds, and we're just going to guess and react to every little thing that happens. Nothing changes, honestly, with CPI. I would generally just be less active as it's coming out, and then go back to being normal after it's done. Don't let it dictate the rest of the day, though. We're at all-time highs. There's nothing CPI can do to us now. So, stick to your usual levels. Stick to usually how you would like to trade. I don't think this event's gonna... Excuse my language, but I don't think this CPI event's gonna fuck us or the market as much as it has in the past. Sorry, that was the only short, simple way of putting it. But I gave you money for your crypto ad in Discord. Do you mean that those 20 people weren't you? You mean the Bueller that didn't have a single B in his entire name isn't you? You know someone's still trying to sell NFTs? Dear God. Here, I'll send you this. Therapist hotline. There's actually a lot. You should try some of these out for your friend. I wouldn't jump straight into the suicide hotline, but check out some of these other ones first. I don't know if he's still trying to sell them or not, but I also knew someone who thought they were very smart. And he tried telling me I was unintelligent, stupid, and I was missing out on the greatest opportunity in the world. That man now owns 3 Bored Apes, and he's stuck with them. While I'm sitting here without any of the Bored Apes, I could go screenshot any of them on Google anytime I want, and I could come use them as my profile pic. It's pretty awesome. And I could even say I own that picture. Because you could just say whatever you want. That's how NFT traders work. But I also know somebody who is stuck with many, many, many NFTs, and he is very stupid. And I love that he got so ignorant to call me stupid, because now I can return the favor. Now, there were plenty of people who got NFTs for fun. I'm totally cool with that crowd. That crowd, thumbs up to you. Because that's all it should have been, was just fun. But to anyone else who actually thought that would hold up like art, like jewelry, you're high. You're high on drugs that I don't have access to, nor does anyone on this planet. You're on some out-of-this-world drugs. NFT of my filing of bankruptcy. 3 Ethereum? Jesus. You actually own 3 Ethereum, or I don't understand the joke? I mean, I understand the bankruptcy part. No? Damn. That'd be a flex. He said no, but not bankrupt either. Okay, also a flex. We all bankrupt, we just don't know it yet. Yeah, I'm not huge on loving crypto, but there's just too many shitty things about it. In terms of like long-term investors, like that shit, like that crowd's cool with me because I think those are the people who actually believe in it. But there's so many people who don't actually believe in it who are just looking for those quick profits, and those are the crowd that's honestly ruining the image of it for other people at least. Long-term investors, believers of crypto, though, more power to you. I have no hate or beef with you. It's these in-betweeners that I don't like. The I want another 1,000% move crowd. That crowd's got to chill out. The story of that guy who lost a hard drive or Bitcoin only to spend $200K to find it ended up being... I don't know, dude, honestly, the craziest one's that story on Netflix. The guy who had, like, millions and millions and millions of dollars of Bitcoin... And he went to, like, China or India, and he like, had something wrong with him or a stomach bug, and then he ended up dying while trying to find surgery in a third world country. And he has all these cold wallets, and he's got, like, millions and millions and millions of dollars from people's accounts. It's like, what the fuck, bro? Bro died, and nobody even knew it for, like, 3 months. People were more worried about the wallets than they were him. But they had to get to him to figure out where the wallets were. I think that's on Netflix. I might be paraphrasing wrong a little bit. But if you go to Netflix, I'm pretty sure it's on here. Let me find it real quick. I don't normally like watching the Bitcoin documentaries, but this one was actually pretty cool. And it had a lot of good, yeah, this one. Trust No One, The Hunt for the Crypto King. That one was pretty good.
Have trouble moving funds into.
Oh, Quadriga. Yeah, bro, that was the craziest time to be alive. And most of us were here for it. Check Square, they have so much momentum. Might go ham. I did see them the other day because somebody keeps telling me to check them in PayPal and Visa and MasterCard. I mean, there's just not much I can do with that chart. For a new trade, hard to get in on that, but it definitely has upside momentum. Probably will just smack through that high. Question is, where will it go from there? Does look very strong, though. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't look like it can't go up more. I think it will. It's just, for a new trade, it's just not that great. But no, I think you're right. I think it probably pops that high, and then you probably get some indecision, because everyone's going to be looking for that high to get broken. Anybody watching the chart, at least. Let me go to the daily. We're in the last 30 minutes of the day. We can look for a swing. Which I might not swing, because Andrew reminded me we have CPI. Damn Andrew and his realistic updates. Damn him for caring about us. I'm just kidding. I would hope you guys have a friend like that that reminds you CPI is the following session, so you can, prevent any just randomness and anger and rage and all that good stuff. It's good to keep those things curbed. Costco, not looking too bad. I only drew that because it's the old high. It's just I wanted to see where it was holding, but going to 1,000 for all we know. Actually get one into month, not that bad. 92. I would never get one for this week. You have to be on drugs. There's 1,900 people holding them. There's 1,900 contracts being held for 1,000 end of this week. See, this would be realistic. 1,000 middle of December. Very expensive, though. 1,000 will run you about 1,000. I'd probably do end of November. And you probably shouldn't choose 1,000 as your strike. Probably go with 950. 950 is about 1,000 as well for November 29th. thousands. 160, 150. Maddie, I said, wait, I'm here, I made it. Wait, what? What am I buying? What am I buying, Tobias? ARM looked good for downside. Carvana looks good to retest the 9 EMA, but I wouldn't say downside in terms of like it's bearish. I would just say there's a notable slowdown at the same exact high at 250, and there's room towards the 9 EMA, so it probably will go test that 9 EMA. Similar to how you see UPST right here. Can't even look at solar because they're just all super insanely bearish. Yeah, damn Andrew and his realistic updates. He said, I hate to see it, I hate to say it, but GME and AMC are gonna pump. Get this man out of my chat. Bro's a hater for no reason. I'm a hater for a reason. What the fuck? I have so many reasons to be a hater. No, he's not even rage baiting. Andrew's not rage baiting. He's probably being genuine right now. Okay, fair enough. GME is breaking up a little bit, but you're still on drugs for saying that. AMC, you're just full of shit. I'll give you benefit of the doubt on GameStop, though. Andrew's full of shit, dude. There's no way. For Friday? What the fuck is wrong with you? Actually, fair enough. If it was going to go up, it would do it in just a week. It wouldn't be like a, a long-term process, as we all know. Y'all are actually fucking comedians today. Andrew's been trying to bait me for multiple messages. Just type in Andrew message history today, and it's just, it's a storyline. He had one earlier that said, hold on, let me find it. He said, God damn it, where'd he go? Right here, he said fair value gap retest, and to be fair, it was. But then after that, he said, oh shit, CPI tomorrow. It was just like the perfect conglomerate of like those types of messages. I love my chat. We've gotten to the point where we've all been really stupid before, and now we're laughing at our own stupidity, and I love it. We're growing. This is true growth. This is growth at its finest. He said, I got time today. I didn't have time yesterday. Today I got time. Come on, M. Load. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a pretty bearish candle, but it filled a gap, so... So probably get an inside bar day tomorrow if it doesn't get a lower open. If it gets a lower open, probably get that test down. Triple Q looks nothing like the rest. Triple Q looks like today was a bullish retest day. Like it was trying to pick back up some strength from all this buying. Didn't want to make it obvious. QQQ could be a green day tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. Don't let these first red candles scare all of you just yet. Okay, maybe you can let this one scare you a little bit. There's just so many of these that haven't really moved anywhere, though. They're just sitting at support still. Like this. This is kind of what I mean. Like, yeah, XOM has a red day, but it's literally wicking up, and it's holding. So, I mean, how bearish is that really? Not that much. I got time today. Y'all actually cracked me up today. I went from ranting to just laughing. I'm gonna stab you, Andrew. He just shared a fair value gap on GameStop. Wait. It gets better than that. Inverse fair value gap on GameStop, and this is where it gets the best. Because the metaverse told me to pump it. God didn't speak up to me. The metaverse did. The metaverse. I heard Zuck out there in the ether, and he told me to buy it up. What the hell? Look up Jimmy Zong. It's an interesting crypto story. Oh, the Silk Road Stealer. Yeah, I know who this is. Well, they didn't call him the Silk Road Stealer. I think they call him, like, the Silk Road Scammer or the Silk Road something. Listen to this. Zong. An American man who was once convicted on 2022 for stealing over 51,000 bitcoins, then worth about 620K, now about worth an insane amount, billions of dollars, from the online black market Silk Road between 2012 and 2014. This part is funny. So he says, Zong managed to conceal his identity to elude detection for nearly 10 years. He lived a luxurious lifestyle. He even got involved in an avid cocaine use. What a legend. Zong was arrested in downtown Athens, Georgia for possession of cocaine. Wasn't even caught for the Bitcoin, was caught for the cocaine. How dumb can you be? How dumb can you be? He had an error on Silk Road that allowed him to withdraw more funds than what was initially deposited. This was activated by repeatedly double-clicking the withdraw button and further abused by using multiple accounts on the website. Wow. He's like, hold up, this works. Okay, fair enough. He found a bug and then he abused it. His problem was that he got caught. And his worst problem was that he got caught and it wasn't even because of the thing that people were probably looking for him for. That's crazy. I'm not saying cocaine's wrong. I'm saying he could have not got caught. It's crazy. Like, think about that. Let's say he was like a clean person. He didn't use drugs and he never got caught for that cocaine. That guy never would have got caught for all those bitcoins he stole. Yeah, don't get caught doing, like, I would say that's even a dumb felony compared to the other one. I'd say stealing bitcoin's a lot worse than having cocaine on you. If you're stealing fucking billions of dollars worth of bitcoin, there's a special place in hell for you. But Jesus, dude, I can't believe that's how I got caught. That's like robbing a bank and then going and sleeping in your car afterwards. It's like, what? Like, bro, they're gonna find you. Yes, I am mad because he got caught. I feel like if I did that, I would not have gotten caught for cocaine. I also wouldn't have figured out that you could spam the withdrawal button like he did and be rich like he was, so to each his own. That's just too funny. Ooh, Google. Thank you, React, for bringing this up. Actually, guys, I do like an upside setup. Garden and React brought this up. Good job, Garden. That's a double inside bar bullish breakout over an emerging candle. And over a recent high. That's pretty bullish. That would need a lower open to screw that setup tomorrow. But that does look good. I can't argue that. When you were wrong, just change the chart. Just flip it. Like, I wasn't bearish on SPY. I was totally bullish today, man. Just the upside down chart. God, I cannot stop hiccuping, dude. What happened to me? Y'all were funny for one day and I just start hiccuping every 5 seconds. Is BA ready now or after that little wiki? Oh, I didn't even check it again on the daily, my bad. Honestly, this was probably your trigger. It just sucks that it didn't break that low. And the reason I say that is because it did touch it and it closed outside of the first. It just sucks it didn't do that on the second because it makes it more indecisive in my opinion, but it's situational. I don't know, you could say that one keeps falling. It's just hard to say that this has to go up until you see some actual basing, because even over here, none of this is basing. It made a low right here, and then just now caught a higher low, but this is just so choppy. There's no basing here. There's just a lot of volume here. Oh, I was trying to scare my hiccups away. I was like, what the hell? You did scare me for half a second. And I didn't hiccup again. Wait, maybe that worked. I did read it, and for a second I stopped talking because I was like... I was confused, and I was like, wait. Like, all at the same time, it all hit me. Yo, Doctor, I think it worked. Costco doesn't look too bad. That's one of the few setups I like a lot still. Google didn't look too bad from Guarded and React. It looks good. UPST, you could say this isn't a good spot for a bullish retest. I just hate to say that after, of course, it going up because of the interest rates. We also got to be reminded CPI is tomorrow, so could have a weird beginning of the day because of that. Might throw off some of our early on confirmations. It's okay, Doctor. I'm not a grammar Nazi. I knew which one you meant. I'm probably one of the few people you have to ever worry about that with. I don't think I'll ever correct anybody on that. Alexis said, dude, I was on my way back home and got sent back to the city, got on the YouTube chat, and in the middle of the cocaine talk, LOL. I'm glad you joined in for some solid commentary. We're only covering the most important conversations here. Yeah, Mike was telling me about a cool crypto story I'd never heard before. Which I think I had heard of, like, part of it, but I definitely never heard the whole story before. So that was kind of cool to read. Yeah, it's crazy what some of those guys do when they get, like, a bunch of crypto or they steal a bunch of crypto. Like, those guys will take the craziest adventures. Almost all of them are life-ending as well. Almost every journey has an end, too. Viagra. Who owns Viagra? Is that company on the market? Should probably go long on them. Alright, I'm gonna go grab a water and then we're gonna find a swing real quick. All right, I'm back. I went long, all right, just not on the charts. What's up, Keanu? How you doing, man? What are you doing right now? Or where are you right now? Guys, when I was getting my water, I couldn't stop thinking about the Google chart. Can I check AMC? Does a crack baby's mother do crack? Yes, she does. We actually looked at AMC as a joke earlier. And actually, if you're going to trade one of the two... I don't know how nicely to put this, but if you're going to trade one of the two retard setups, I would say GME is the better one. Nah, Andrew jokingly asked me to check this. Excuse me. Jesus Christ, I cannot breathe. But yeah, Google, we'd like the double inside bar breakout to the upside. It's also breaking the recent high. That's not a bad setup for anybody who wants an upside setup. I'd honestly be careful on downside setups. I see Keanu said if you go short, you'll get shafted. I kind of agree with that. Just because we had 2 pullback days doesn't really mean shit. Also, let me take all this junk off y'all's screen. What do we actually see on these red days? Who can tell me 2 things, or 1 thing that both of these candles have? Or actually, you could tell me 2 things. There's 2 things both of these candles have. What are 2 things both of these candles have? What's an attribute that both of them have? Almost of the exact scent, too. They both have small bodies, and they both have wicks that go up. So, if these are what our downside days look like, that's pretty weak. Also, let's get our fib. Does anybody know what Bueller's favorite type of retest is? What is Bueller's favorite type of retest? Who can name that? Actually, let me actually mark these. Good enough. What is my favorite type of retest, everybody? Come on. Somebody get this. Please. Yeah, if you're taking shorts here and it works out, you were lucky. The midterm. Yes, guys. What is another name for the midterm retest? If someone gets this, I will remember your name till the day I die. What is another name for the midterm retest? Yes, Maddie got it. The hidden retest. Why is it hidden? Because not every jackass charts like we chart. Excuse my language. This is a hidden retest because if you go from the breakout to the high before it slows down, the whole point is to look for it to hold that highlighted area. So even if we're not taking a trade right here, right now, let's say you and me have no idea if we're bullish or bearish, that's still okay. Because guess what? Going into tomorrow, we will still have 591.12 to 593.22 telling us, is this bullish or bearish? So if we're above it, guys, we're bullish. If we're below it, we're slowly becoming bearish to the point of what? Testing something. We're not bearish till just the end of time. We're not going to zero. No, we have a gap to worry about, which all of you are very aware of. I'll mark that. Yeah, we'll just keep that, actually. I'll just delete that. We'll just keep that. And then the old all-time high, 586.30. So we have a couple things to worry about here. It's not just this high. It's not just getting to here. It's not just getting down to here. It's not just here. There's a few things we can look for because they could stop at any of the 4. So, Keanu's saying, if you're going short, you're going to get shafted. I actually agree with that to every sense. You guys really shouldn't be flipping into being scared until you see the lows of this day break. And you really shouldn't be worried until you see the daily 9 EMA or that 591 break, however you like to chart. But any of these triggers, that's when you really should start seeing more downside. But until then, this is all just reversal for more upside. Remember, guys, what do you have to have for a lawnmower to keep running? What do you need for your car to keep going? You need fuel, right? What does price need to keep going up? It needs idiots thinking that it can't go up anymore. It needs people who are wrong. So it needs to have some sellers who think that it's not done. Someone has to be wrong for someone to be right. So we need a pile of people to be wrong here at this slowdown. People need to believe that this is where we're pulling back. And if so, then yeah, we probably will get some more upside. 60250 is probably going to hit. I would say 60250, 604. These are your next two main targets for SPY if it goes up more. Smaller time frame kind of talk. Good to see you, Keanu. I'm gonna stab you, Andrew. I just saw what you said again. YouTube, I'm not joking. YouTube, I'm done joking. This is not in GTA. This is not for a video game. I am gonna stab Andrew. He said I gotta go. I forgot my dad has Shopify stocks. I need to remind him about them. No, I'm not stabbing you because of that. I'm literally not stabbing you because of that. I think you know what message I'm talking about. I'm gonna... Ooh. By the way, guys, I'm not actually going to stab Andrew, but he better stay very far away from me. I'm going to go post the message in polls, guys. We have CPI tomorrow, so if you guys are swinging something, please keep it light. Please understand that it's possibly a little bit of a lotto. Not 100%, but a little bit of one. Even though we do like the upside potential for the market, that doesn't mean that tomorrow can't open lower and this starts positions off in just the worst, shittiest spot in history. So I actually don't think I will swing anything today. If I do end up swinging something tomorrow, and because I'll be in that lifetime stream tomorrow, and if I do enter something and you don't know, I will post it in chat, so just be on the lookout. So tomorrow when I'm finding swings with all the lifetime guys, you can still check Trade Floor or Levels channel, and I'm sure I'll post it in one of those. But yeah, I am liking upside continuation for the market. We just got to hammer out CPI. I really don't think CPI is going to be as important this time around because they already know everything is getting a little bit better. So, and it's not because of Trump winning. This was already happening before Trump was in office. The cooling off of data, the rising of jobs and all that stuff. It's good. It's good for the economy. It just took forever because of how far of a dive the economy took. How many jobs were lost, how many people were homeless, the housing market, energy prices, commodity prices, all happening all at the exact same time. There was not a person that did not feel the past 3 years. He said, bro, I just full ported and now you tell me. Are you going to be in my stream tomorrow, Maddie? Please say yes. Have a good day, Ryan. And I'm going to go over some more stuff here. I'm not going to end right at market close. I need to fix my SPY levels going into tomorrow, which I really don't have to edit much. I also want to make sure I answer any questions because I don't want to just end the stream there. But guys, if you want to stick around for a few more minutes, you can. I'm going to go over maintenance, day-to-day analysis, day-to-day editing your chart. Maintenance. That's what I call maintenance. I'm gonna try. Definitely got the AirPods. Bet. Yeah, I just need you to be able to hear so you can whatever trade I get, you can join me. I know not everyone's gonna join me on my swing trade, but I know if I talk it and Matty Ice is around, I know he'll get in with me. I'm inadvertently bullying you to get in. I got you, man. Thank you. Alright guys, so the day is over. Make sure to go into the Discord and hit on polls. But y'all are doing pretty good. For a while, y'all were kind of toying with me. Somebody did like a like back tested our results basically, and they were looking, and every time D-Touch would post the results, we would get like 30 plus people voting, no problem, every day. Sometimes like 40, 50. Every time I post the poll, it's never above 30. It's weird. Like, some people stop doing it because of D-Touch. D-Touch is like a force to reckon with. I'm not even mad. It's just kind of funny. D-Touch has got that pull. Alright, guys, let's edit the chart now. Is everybody ready? Let's get some thumbs up in here or some reactions or emojis. Let me know who's all still listening and going along with me here. We're just here having fun now. He doesn't have Shopify stock anymore. How much did he have? Was it like a notable amount? Oh, okay, yeah, pretty notable then. He bought back in 2018? Damn. I wonder when he got out. Alright, guys, you're all here. Let's do some maintenance. And this is honestly something I never see anybody do on the internet. I never see anybody do maintenance to their charts. I see people do prep. It's kind of the same thing, but you got to think about the system I'm trading here. I'm not like everybody else, right? This level's going to be here, or, you know, the emerging candles are going to be here forever, even if I delete the chart, right? Well, what's not going to be here forever? Some of the zones, right? Some of the zones are going to move. Some of the zones are going to be invalidated, right? Why is this one invalidated? Because a day went through it. Now there's a new one. So we need to delete this. And it's okay to leave old ones up. You're not going to hear me complain. It's just, sometimes that will confuse you because you have so much shit on your screen, so much information. There's just a lot. It's a little overwhelming. So I just like to keep it clean, and if you want to keep it as clean as possible, this is the way to take it. Also, delete your previous day control point. You can leave it on. I have seen some success with people using 2 day ago control point. I just like to keep going day to day and keep it moving along. So don't have to have it, but I don't see a reason to take it off if you're someone who wants to leave it. That's that day's close. I'm just deleting it. We're going to keep that supply because we never invalidated it. We never moved beyond it, so it's still there. This is Monday. I need to draw this one correctly. So this is what the levels would have looked like. And then we broke under them today. So here's today's supply. Sorry, I'm just going day to day. It's a tick of mine. So we have today's high. This one's a little tricky. So normally you draw, you know, low of the mood to the top of your last red candle. That's fucking just ginormous. I'm not drawing that. So we're gonna go from the low to the last level. I don't need the whole shebang there, you know? It's just too much. So we're gonna draw it like that. And that is a little more clean. And then one last thing. We have everything else we need basically, right? No, we don't need this. That's previous day low. Here's previous day low. Or today's low. Today's high. You can add the zone if you want to add the levels. I don't always do it because if I have a level close enough, it's just overwhelming, so I'll just leave it. That's all fine. Just making sure I don't have any short-term levels that do not matter anymore, like this one. Like, probably don't need this anymore. It's that day's open. They've moved up and down it 100 times now. And now we could probably add a legit 50% level here. Instead of just having so much shit in the way. There we go. This will be previous day close, so we're going to add that. And that's it. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. One more thing. Where is today's high? Right here. No way the control point lines up like that. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to delete previous day close. We're going to add this control point. Remember, all we did was just go from the high to low of today. That's all I'm getting. Oh, no. There we go. Edit that level so we can make it orange, so we can remind ourselves in the future that this is the today's halfway point. It's just a fancy way of saying this is the 50% of today, which basically lines up with today's close. That's beautiful. I love that. And look how clean the chart is going into tomorrow. So I like to set it up like this. Some of you probably wonder why. It's literally just because price. I want to try to have it kind of in the middle of the screen, but I want it to where I have a couple targets outside of the low and the high of that current day. I want to have a couple targets to the upside, a couple targets to the downside, all around my screen, so I could see where price is sitting. Because if you ever, this is probably something that you don't think about as much, but if you ever are zoomed in on price, let's say you have it like this, and you have like the low of today at the bottom of your screen. In my head, that makes me feel more bullish than bearish. Even in some instances, that might be wrong. And vice versa. Some people probably have their charts where it's like this, and it makes you feel like you have way more room to the downside. So in my head, I like to keep it in the middle, because it reminds me that I'm not just looking for bullish plays or bearish plays. I'm looking for both. It just depends what the market gives me. Bro, this old guy I know told me he bought Tesla yesterday. What? Like, first share ever? It could keep pumping. I'm not arguing, but like, dear God. Not even playing? Bro, he should have been in our streams the last 2 months. Damn. Well, rest in peace. He's going to be holding. He actively trades various stocks too? What? That makes me want to say what even more. Okay, stop, Mike. Maddie, you're just... Oh, TSLS. That's different. Don't they have dividends? Or not dividends. They have, like, payouts for, Yeah. Okay, to be fair, that's a little different than owning TSLA. Okay, well, if he's buying TSLS now, that's actually smart. I revoke my reply. I take it back. Yeah, no. Buying this is smart. Yeah. That's because you gotta remember this is opposite. This is the bearish chart. This would be like me doing this to Tesla. Like, he's basically saying he bought here instead of he bought here. It's like two completely different conversations. Okay, that makes way more sense. Whew, okay. Yeah, and then you said he was a retired broker. I'm like, bro, are you talking to like a complete moron? Like, what are we talking about here? But now that makes a lot more sense. I'm like, this is insane. Retired broker, I think he'd be a genius. Or at least, you know, smart enough to know Tesla's at a notable enough height where you shouldn't be buying a new entry. But he's doing the opposite. Yeah, TSLS is like, it's not inverted, but it's kind of like it's inverted. What's up, username? Yeah, we're actually just chilling, just having some closing out minutes here. I was just doing some maintenance on the chart. We just finished it. Redrew today's high supply, drew today's low demand, drew today's control point. It lines up with today's close basically, so we're just gonna leave that level and not have two levels within like a few cents of each other. I don't have an overwhelming chart. Tobias is like, my interest is peaked. Oh, he's like that. Okay. I don't talk down on people from that generation. You can shit talk all these younger folk and all that stuff, and because they need to be talked shit to like that. But some of these older guys, man, they've seen stuff. They've experienced things you'll never understand. That we'll never understand. They got that real life experience. Can never disrespect that. It's fun to talk shit with each other and have fun, but it's gotta be respectful when you talk to that generation. All right, well, do we have any questions regarding charting, maintenance, or any of that crap? We went through a pretty good amount of stuff here today. I ranted a lot today. You guys had a lot of really good questions, so it's kind of y'all's fault. We went over a bunch of things. What else? Just kind of had a good time, really. Andrew, you're done with questions. You're not allowed any more questions until 2025. He said, "Yep, figured." He has hella capital and experience. Well, duh. Yeah, don't ever argue with that man. He tells you something, just take it as an absolute. Any questions or comments on the anything like that we've actually talked about here today? Good update, Gorov. I see that you updated your inside bar setup. Regardless of trading it or not, I do appreciate you for actively updating it. That'll actually be harder than you think it is. No, you're good, Matty. It's funny. We're good. I hate you, Andrew. I actually hate you. You know what's really messed up, Andrew? I read your backward message forward, when I read GVF, I thought you just typed good faith violation wrong, and I was like, okay, he's just trying to type that. I didn't even think you were trying to type fair value get backwards. No, you're a piece of shit, die. I actually was like reading that out of good faith too. I was like, all right, whatever, it's Andrew. Like, I love Andrew. What the fuck? How many times are you gonna say good night to us, bro? Either good night or not. Good. Go. I can fill in more full days with other stories of this old gangster. Yeah, you should. I like hearing about the old gen, like, when it comes to, like, people who actually traded back then, because a lot of these guys, they don't, like, you'd be surprised. They trade very similar to how we trade, but they don't use all the visuals that we're using. Like, I'll show you. Like, when I'm looking at this chart, and I'm like, nice, we broke under today's open, nice, we broke under a pretty notable level, like, that person doesn't need to be reminded of that. Like, he sees that without there being a level there, right? He knows that there's buying pressure here, there's buying pressure here, there's buying pressure here, there's a resistance here that was once broken. We might be coming back down towards it. He knows that if a certain percentage of this breakout from here to here breaks, and that's why I use that stuff, because it's just logical thinking. Everything I use is just logical. Like, oh, it broke from here to here? If you actually think about it, all I'm doing here is just looking how much ground has been gained, and then of that ground gained, when we pull back finally, did we lose a notable area? What's that notable area? The 50%, the 65. Like, it's really not that complex. But these guys, they do it without needing these visual cues, these visual reminders. They don't need that stuff. They set themselves to a standard before anything has even happened, and then they do it. If they're conditional, right? Let's say it goes down to the spot where they're attracted to the price, they're going to buy it. They hold it as long as they need to. They don't sit there and are emotional about it. They're a computer. They are an algo in a sense. That's why you got to respect a lot of these older traders. Like, they don't need these visual cues like we do. He's getting more active because he's spending too much. That's funny. But it's all about knowing the company, and then they just, whatever they see, like Alexis just said, it's a good word for it, accepting it. Like, they just accept, like, that's it. Everything that I set on my chart is absolute. If it does this, I have to do this. If it does that, I have to do that. You don't get to make up a random tertiary decision out of nowhere. It doesn't just happen. You don't get to just make random decisions. Like, they've set all that up before it's happened. So when they take their trades, they are a computer. They're in, they're out. They don't care if it goes up more. They don't care if it goes down more after. Like, they're just focused on the chunk of the chart, the part of the ground gained. They're focused on all of that. They're focused on the part they actually are worried about. They're not unrealistic too. Like, And I'm not saying every person that's older than you in trades is like this. No, I'm just saying like some of the more experienced guys from back in the day, they do everything that you guys are doing, but they're doing it without the visual cues. They've done this so long, they're so experienced, and they don't need to even check the fundamentals as much as some people. They understand how just basic balance sheets work. But that's what I'm saying though, like it's interesting because like you guys really aren't trading that much different than a lot of really just old time professional traders. Like it's just we're using visual reminders, we're using visual cues, like we have like a bunch of weird terms, like what's a 40% entry? It's just a breakout. What's an 80%? It's just a retest. Okay. How many retest types are there? There's 3. Okay. They don't say all that stuff. They don't call it that stuff. They don't say, "Oh, I entered off the retest trade." They're not saying that stuff. They're just doing it. For the most part. Of course, there's those people out there who just want to make something of themselves. They make up an indicator and then they make their whole self and their whole system about the indicator, and that's totally fine. That's where some of the most famous indicators come from. Some of these are just mathematical tools given to the stock market over time, like Fibonacci. It's just math. Candlestick patterns. Thank you, rice traders. Without rice traders, we wouldn't have visual candle patterns to even think about or look at in a certain way. You would just think this is all buying and selling. It's not just buying and selling. There's patterns to this. Alright, well, I think I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you guys for posting in results and review. Thank you for all the help in the post-charts channel. Thank you for all the interaction in the trade floor, as well as the stream. Make sure to go vote in the polls channel, guys, and thank you all again for a great day. I will see you in tomorrow's stream, which isn't going to be that long of a stream, by the way. So just be careful for that. Because the last 2 hours of the day, we will be doing a lifetime stream. So if you have that lifetime role, if you hear me right now and you have the lifetime membership, be on the lookout for that stream link in the lifetime section. Do not be looking around chat for it to be posted. So that'll all be in there. And yeah, I'll see you guys later on. Thank you guys again. And yeah, and if you're not lifetime, I'll see you Thursday if you're not in that Wednesday stream. So I'll see you then. But thank you all guys again, and have a good rest of your day.